since he funded this virus.
Which Dr. Fauci denies and may spar with senators over again. Someone in Florida is suddenly filthy rich, winning the Mega Millions $800 million jackpot. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG topping out at 95 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone following sports. That will be at 6:08. It's 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Galena, 79 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. Three brothers charged. One says he's not guilty.
Some more details released about the 1999 murder of a teenager in Berry County, Missouri. As 49-year-old David Scott says he's innocent in the death of 14-year-old Justin Hocutt. David and his two brothers, Mark and Bobby, allegedly attacked Hocutt after finding him inside their Seligman home with their stepsister. They then allegedly brutally beat him, putting him on nearby railroad tracks, and investigators believe that Hocutt was still alive right before he was hit by a train in what they say was an attempt to cover up the killing. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Birthright citizenship. Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt wants federal agencies to review documents issued to children of foreign diplomats born here. He says he believes that the Supreme Court's recent decision undermines the idea of citizenship in the country.
The Supreme Court in that decision also made clear that the children of foreign diplomats that are born here, that's clearly not a birthright citizenship example, meaning they're not supposed to be given, even with their current interpretation, full citizenship.
Schmidt says the feds would be responsible for examining those records and determining whether any documents should be revoked.
Justice for Justin. Three brothers have been arrested in connection with the 1999 murder of 14-year-old Justin Hocutt. Berry County Sheriff Danny Boyd said that this at the press conference that was held on Tuesday.
Although the Scott brothers were identified as suspects early in the original investigation, our review found documentation indicating that criminal charges were ever formally sought after either by the Sheriff's Office or the Berry County Prosecuting Attorney's Office.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 79 at 6:04. News Talk, KZRG.
Two women accused in a brutal Joplin beating last summer are now behind bars. Surveillance video reportedly captured Rose Joy and Kiera Lewis pulling the victim's hair and repeatedly hitting her as she was on the ground outside the club of 5th and Joplin. The fight reportedly ended only after an unidentified man stepped in and pulled one of the women away. The victim suffered a fractured nose and needed multiple stitches.
How are you voting next week? Both Missouri Amendment 4 and 5 have very serious implications on the future of the state. Congressman Eric Burleson and a handful of other top Republican lawmakers want you to vote yes on both. He says if you're a fiscal conservative, Amendment 5 is an easy call. It takes Missouri's income tax away so you can keep more of what you earn. He says Amendment 4 will save the state because anyone with 51% and enough money can jam anything in the state constitution. A local Catholic high school has a new coach, according to Joe Morgan.
In local sports, Macaulay Catholic High School has named Joseph Ventura as its new head girls basketball coach. Ventura brings solid local court experience to the program, having played 2 years of basketball at Ozark Christian College before continuing his studies at both OCC and Missouri Southern. Turning to Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals suffered a heartbreaking loss Tuesday night. Minnesota Royce Lewis ripped a two-run triple with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth to drop Kansas City 3-2. The Royals look to bounce back in Game 2 tonight. First pitch is set for 6:40. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals were buried early by the Chicago Cubs, falling 10-2 after Chicago jumped out to a 7-run lead in the first 2 innings. The Redbirds will try to salvage the final game of the series tonight at 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. And that's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your News, a service of the City of Joplin. From plastic bottles to metal cans, recycling in Joplin is easy. Get rolling. Request your recycling cart today. Recycling benefits us all. Learn more at joplinrecycles.com. Recycle, it's how we roll. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news at 6:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Partly sunny, staying hot and humid for us here today with a slight chance to see a shower storm throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Our heat index could still be as high as 105 to 110. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone of the KZRG Storm Center.
Your website should work as hard as you do, especially in the age of AI search. Zimmer Marketing builds websites that help your business get found, get clicks, and get real results. Learn more at zimmermarketing.com. It just works.
No rain showing up so far this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh. It's 79 in Baxter Springs, 79 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, now 6:08.
Bill, you're an old politician.
Yup, sure am.
So you know the old-timers warned that someone trying to sell you a pig in a poke was a con man.
Well, sure.
Well, no offense, Tom, but your politician's Amendment 5 is a pig in a poke, allowing politicians to raise our taxes without a vote of the people, and the politician's Amendment 4 takes away our power to do anything about it. Well, let's look at what's really inside Ford 5.
Oh, don't do that.
5 hits hardest seniors and those struggling financially with new taxes on services like doctor visits, in-home care, and rent. Sales taxes could more than triple. For up to 80% of Missourians, it's a tax hike. And Amendment 4 ends majority rule, allowing a minority of the most liberal statewide voters in one district to effectively end our power to stop corruption and out-of-control spending and taxing.
Slick plan, huh?
No, Tom. 4 and 5 are schemes that hurt citizens and transfer our power and our money to politicians and lobbyists. That's why I'm voting no on the politicians' Amendments 4 and 5, paid for by Missourians for fair governance.
Uh-oh, the power's out. My phone's at 2%.
Everyone, stay calm.
Daniel, you're the only one screaming.
I know. I can't find my flashlight, beef jerky, or emergency storm Crocs.
Dad must have found everything, because now he's in there negotiating with the breaker box. Mom's hiding by the refrigerator trying to keep the cold air from escaping. Your point? We're not losing a single chicken nugget.
Wait, what's that beautiful sound?
The lights are back. The air conditioner is working. The nuggets are saved.
Folks, summer storms around here can knock your power out faster than Jenna can empty the snack cabinet.
Hey!
And the heat can make your house feel hotter than going down the metal slide in elementary school.
That's why IPOC Electric and Solar installs dependable whole home generators so your family stays cool, comfortable, and powered up when storms roll through. No more flashlight scavenger hunts. No more charging your phone in the truck.
Call IPOC Electric and Solar today.
When the power goes out, don't sweat it. Just IPOC it.
IPOC Electric and Solar, keeping your family and business powered through every storm.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
You're listening to News Talk KZRG 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. From Studio 1Z. With the latest news, commentary, and weather. It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Well, it's still going to be hot, but not as hot as it was yesterday, at least the actual temperature. We have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms today, very slight chance, but the high is going to be 97. Heat index as high as 109, according to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone. Then tonight, another slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with the overnight low down to around 75. Tomorrow, a better chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon, partly sunny and hot with a high near 94. Heat index tomorrow as high as 106. Good news is, though, by the weekend, we're going to have temperatures in the 80s and the mid to upper 80s on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to talk to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone at 7:25.
And at 7:10, we'll be joined by Curtis Trent. He's running for Missouri State Senate District 20 to represent parts of Southwest Missouri and Jefferson City. If you have any questions for someone trying to represent Southwest Missouri and Jeff City, feel free to text us at 417-782-1310. At 8:10 this morning, we'll be joined by MSSU. We'll be getting a little update from them on all the great offerings that they have. We'll be talking to them about the new Roy Blunt Health Science and Innovation Center, along with their Paint the Town Green and Gold initiative. So that's coming up at 8:10 as well. So you're going to want to definitely hang out for that. Also, don't forget, we have our KZRG election headquarters. With the elections around the corner, if you want to brush up on some of the big issues, like, for instance, amendments, there are a ton of ads that are going around right now. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Vote no on Amendment 5. Vote yes on Amendment 4. Vote no on Amendment 4. If you're tired of the ads, if you're tired of people telling you what to do and what to think, go ahead and form your own opinion. Go to News Talk KZRG's election headquarters, and you can read the amendments for yourself. No fluff, no, explanation, no filter. Nope, it's just the actual amendment. Literally just copy-pasted on there for you to read yourself to form your own opinion. So that's all available totally for free, by the way. You don't need to root around for it. You don't need to worry that, is this the real bill or is this an AI bill? Is this fake? Is this real? It's vetted, it's there, it's free, it's for you on the KZRG election headquarters. Not only that, but there's also sample ballots on there as well. There's also just the races, the seats that are up for grabs, accompanied by who's running for them, what party they represent, Democrat, Libertarian, Republican, Independent, Green Party, whatever. All the info is there. So if you want to be a confident voter, come August 4th, the KZRG election headquarters, that is the place to go to get all of that information. Also, something that's really helpful on News Talk KZRG, Steve, you had mentioned it's still going to be a little warm. It's not quite as bad as it was.
Not quite as bad on the actual temperature, but the heat index is still going to be up there as 109 today as the possibility is the high. And yesterday was supposed to be around 110 at the high. So it's going to feel like about the same as yesterday, even though it's cooler.
Yep. And in line with that, also on newstalkkzrg.com is a list, an article with a list of cooling centers in Southwest Missouri. Cooling centers in Joplin and Webb City and Carl Junction and Neosho, all that good stuff. Quick asterisk, I know we've been, sort of beating the drum on this all week, but it's important. The Joplin Senior Center is in fact closed this week because, their air conditioning is out, ironically enough.
Yeah.
So
kind of a bad time to have the part not here.
Most certainly. So that air conditioning is out, so the senior center is closed, which is usually a cooling center, so you can't cool off there. Another place you cannot cool off, doesn't matter what photographs you see on Facebook and on social media, a place you cannot cool off is the water fountain in Spiva Park in Joplin.
No, if you really want to get into water, go to like Schifferdecker or the Cunningham Aquatic Centers. That's the place to go.
Absolutely. Or Shoal Creek.
Or if you live in an apartment complex and they have a pool, go there.
Yeah, exactly. Or there's all sorts of options that are not the the water fountain at Spiva Park in Joplin.
Or better yet, just if you have a bathtub, fill it full of cold water and jump in.
Mm-hmm. KZRG News Time 6:15. All right, getting to some news here. Oklahoma, one of the four states, as you may or may not know. Oklahoma is just one of 5 states now being considered for a massive nuclear energy project. Now, immediately, there's the optimists and there's the pessimists. And let me tell you, they are saying the exact things you think they would say. The optimists say, oh my goodness, we're going to get billions of dollars of investment and we're going to create thousands and thousands of jobs. Woo, the future's here. And the optimists say, we're just making Midwest Chernobyl.
Oh, no, not a Midwest Chernobyl.
Yeah. So That's pretty much the two sides of the argument here. Now, the U.S. Department of Energy had announced Oklahoma has been selected as a potential host for a nuclear life cycle innovation campus, which is fancy speak for a nuclear power plant.
Oh,
on
I'm
top
glad
of
you
that-
put that into English. Thank you.
Yeah, they like throwing like nuclear life cycle. I mean, give me a break, nerds. What is that? The life cycle of an atom? Is
They're trying to refer to a song by Elton John, "The Circle of Life" from the Lion King movie.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And I love that too. It's not a power plant. It's a campus. It's very different.
Students can go there and get all shocked up.
It's the campus, yes, indubitably. But in any case, this is just proposal. This is just in theory, and nothing's been decided yet. Oklahoma is one of the final 5 front runners, so to speak, so they haven't officially been chosen yet. But this is something that I know Missouri U.S. Congressman Eric Burleson is really gung-ho on. I know he represents Missouri, not Oklahoma, but the point is that the 4 states area very much so are involved in the race for nuclear energy in this country.
But the thing is, how much are the rates going to go up if they start building that power plant?
Well, and that's exactly what the question is will the rates go up or will they go down? Because some people would say, well, with nuclear energy, we get so much more for as much less cost. So in theory, your rate should go down. In theory, ratepayers, instead of paying whatever $200 a month, should be paying like $12 a month. Is that what's going to happen, though? I don't know.
Or are they going to charge us, get a rate increase to charge to build it, and then never let the rate increase go bye-bye?
Right, never let the rate increase go bye-bye, and then every time we go, hey, I thought nuclear energy was supposed to be cheaper. Why is my bill not going down? They say, well, we need to increase the rate again for nuclear infrastructure upgrades.
Oh, it'd be kind of
wink.
like toll roads in Oklahoma where they have to keep paying for it because originally the tolls were supposed to go bye-bye whenever they got the construction paid for.
Yeah, or like Liberty Utilities in every other state in the country where they say, oh, yeah, we need infrastructure upgrades. Oh, yeah? What are the infrastructure upgrades that you guys are working on? Poles? Power poles? Oh, really? That costs...
Transformers?
We need more power poles and transformers. Really, that costs hundreds of millions of dollars, increasing our bill by $12 to $60 a month per household. Poles we need poles.
They're expensive poles.
We got to get the poles. Honey, get my pole. I need more poles. That's my.
Sounds like they're pole vaulting, like in a competition.
Sounds like they're lying, is what it sounds like to me, but whatever. Anyway, so Oklahoma, if they get selected, billions of dollars might go into it, might not. Thousands of jobs might be created, might not. Who knows? Like, it's all speculative at this point. But Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt, he did say that he's pretty excited about this. He said he was proud that Oklahoma is a front runner and thinks that the nuclear energy industry would be awesome, and that he likes the idea of the state becoming a big deal. So, hey, that's cool. There you have it. KZRG News Time, 6:20.
And now, KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
New York Mayor Zoran Mondami threatened to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for war crimes if he ever comes to New York. But Netanyahu made it clear he has no plans to cancel his attendance at the UN General Assembly in New York later this year. Should be interesting.
Number 2.
Oklahoma, one of 5 states being considered for a massive new nuclear energy project. Optimists think that this could bring billions of dollars worth of investments and thousands of jobs. Pessimists still decry nuclear energy, calling it a danger.
Number 1.
Don't forget, you can get all your election information on KZRG's election headquarters. Things like amendment language, sample ballots, who is running for what, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
In your mind, what are the pros and cons of AI? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. What are the pros and cons of AI? KZRG News Time, 6:20. Coming up, what's going on with your money on News Time KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast, staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon, heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight, mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms Thursday, otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid, mid-90s. Chance for showers and storms Friday, partly sunny, hot and humid, mid-90s. Sunny and cooler this weekend, mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone in the KZRG Storm Center.
I'm Annie Harkrader Golden, and I'm running for Jasper County Recorder of Deeds. For over 5 years, I've worked hard.
Good morning, everybody. Listen to this. I just found this out. There is a giant ocean in space. In outer space, there is an ocean. And what it is it's a cloud of water vapor that contains 140 trillion times more water than all the Earth's oceans combined. So, not only do we have space to worry about, not only do we have the ocean to worry about, we now have space ocean, which means, of course, space sharks. And that's always good news. Girl Chris is here, Sarisa. Girl Chris said, my service, at least on Facebook, is horrible. YouTube is just fine. Facebook freezes. I won't play anything. I'll have to catch y'all another time. Take care, everyone. Oh, all right. We'll see you later, Girl Chris. I'm sorry about that. Wi-Fi issues are very annoying. Avery, good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Avery. Bill, good morning to you, good Sir Bill. Good morning to you, good Sir Bill. It's Billionaire Bill. It's the great Bill Bino. It's the Billster. Billatari. The building. It's building. I'm out of Bill-based nicknames. Unfortunately, I pretty much maxed out on Bill-based nicknames. So Chris Hinkle of Hinkle's Ace Hardware. John and Chris come in every Thursday to record their Saturday episode. They used to do them live. They don't anymore. Morning, Isaac. They used to do them live. They don't anymore. They're very honest about that. They talk about it on the show all the time that they used to be live, but they aren't anymore. So they come in on Thursdays to record their Hinkle's Ace Hardware episode that airs on Saturday. And last Thursday, they had left me a note. Or maybe they come in Wednesdays. Do they come on Wednesdays? They do come on Wednesdays. Last Wednesday, they had left me a note. Written in cursive. And Chris Hinkle, allegedly, my coworker told me this the next day, Chris Hinkle laughed and laughed and laughed that she wrote a note for me in cursive knowing I couldn't read it. She thought it was so funny. So, I decided to write a note to Chris Hinkle in all Gen Z slang. It's all Gen Z slang, and I'm going to see if she can read that as a little gotcha back for her cursive note. So, we'll see how that goes.
Amendment 5 closes the loopholes, eliminates income taxes, cuts property taxes, and gives $3,000 a year to average working families.
We decide, not the politicians.
Amendment 5 is the biggest tax cut in Missouri history.
I'm voting yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC, Mark Ellinger, Treasurer.
I'm Nicole Murray with your money now. SK Hynix shares nosedived more than 9% as exponential second quarter earnings and revenue growth still failed to satisfy analysts' supercharged expectations for the artificial intelligence company. Revenue jumped 257% year on year in the quarter that ended in June, while operating profits soared nearly 557% year over year. Apple yesterday briefly hit a market capitalization of $5 trillion, a day after passing Nvidia to become the most valuable publicly traded company. Apple shares are up 25% this year. UBS booked a 17% jump in second quarter profit ahead of expectations and said it plans to buy back shares worth $3 billion by the middle of next year at the latest. Switzerland's biggest bank said it had seen robust, broad-based growth, particularly in wealth management and for its investment bank. Its trading division delivered record second quarter revenue in line with strong Wall Street Bank earnings earlier this month. Futures are mixed. That's your money now.
enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Catch my show every weekday. It all starts at 2 for honest news, truthful news on News Talk, KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
It's going to be sunny. It's going to be hot, but not as hot as what it was yesterday, although it'll feel like it's as hot as it was yesterday. Kind of one of those weird things. Yesterday, the actual high was around 100. Today, it's going to be around 97. But the difference is the feel-like temperature today could be as high as 109. Yesterday was around 110 for the feels-like temperature or the heat index. Now, it's going to be 94, even a little bit cooler tomorrow. We do have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms all the way through at least tomorrow. We're going to be talking to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone at 7:25 and get all the deets on all of this.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Coming up after the news in less than 10 minutes at around 6:40, we have a little road work update for you. Steve's favorite button. Not only that, but at 7:10, we're going to be joined by Curtis Trent. He's running for Missouri State Senate District 20. If you have a question for a potential representative for Southwest Missouri in Jefferson City, go ahead and text us at 417-782-1310. Then at 8:10, we'll be getting a little administrative update from a 1 MSSU in Joplin, so that's coming your way at around 8:10. Then at 7:40, we're jumping around all this morning. The DNC, you're familiar with them, right, Steve?
Yeah, Democratic National Committee.
That's exactly right. As it turns out, they are not very good stewards of their financials.
What?
I know the Democrats aren't good with money.
So I thought that was one of their expertises.
Oh, they're experts in that field, he said sarcastically.
Spending it, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the DNC is not doing well financially, and the RNC doing pretty darn well. So at 7:40, we have a breakdown for you on those numbers and what it could mean for the midterms. That's coming up at 7:40. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG.
At 6:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Pahorkes.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Iran and Ukraine talk.
Trump meets 2 world leaders at the White House.
DNI confirmed by Senate.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG, topping out at 95 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone. Following sports, that'll be at 6:38. 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Diamond, 79 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
Iran and Ukraine take steps to calm tensions.
Ukraine fired a drone at an Iranian ship it said was providing support to the Russian military, and Iran threatened to retaliate. In an attempt to ease those tensions, the two countries' foreign ministers have spoken by telephone. Ukraine's Andriy Sybiha says he emphasized the need to refrain from any escalatory steps and urged Iran to stop supporting Russia's war. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi confirmed the call on X, saying he'd been assured the attack on the Iranian ship was unintentional and Kyiv didn't seek escalation. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
President Donald Trump meets with a pair of foreign leaders amid escalating conflicts around the world.
Before a funeral service for the late Senator Lindsey Graham, President Trump met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in separate Oval Office meetings. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says both of those meetings were positive and productive. Zelensky says he spoke to President Trump about increasing production of Patriot air defense systems. Netanyahu, meantime, has raised concerns about Pickaxe Mountain, suspected of housing Iranian nuclear centrifuges. President Trump has warned U.S. strikes could target that facility if a new ceasefire is not reached. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
President Donald Trump's pick for top spy has been confirmed by the Senate.
The Senate voting Tuesday night to confirm Jay Clayton to become Director of National Intelligence.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 47, and the nomination is confirmed.
Clayton, a U.S. attorney and former chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission during President Trump's first term, will take over for acting Intel Chief Bill Pulte, the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency. Clayton's confirmation comes after scrutiny from lawmakers for refusing to say during his confirmation hearing that former President Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Sunshine with some clouds, all mixed, although the sun is just now barely coming up over the eastern horizon. It is 79 at 6:33. News Talk, KZRG.
3 brothers charged, and one says he's not guilty.
There's some more details released about the 1999 murder of a teenager in Berry County, Missouri, as 49-year-old David Scott says he's innocent in the death of 14-year-old Justin Hokut. David and his 2 brothers, Mark and Bobby, allegedly attacked Hokut after finding him inside their Seligman home with their stepsister. They then allegedly brutally beat him, putting him on nearby railroad tracks, and investigators believe that Hokut was still alive right before he was hit by a train in what they say was an attempt to cover up the killing. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt is asking federal agencies to review citizenship documents issued to children of foreign diplomats born in the United States. Schmidt says he would expect the State Department to be fully cooperative.
We're not asking for a change in the law. We're actually asking them to enforce the law. And so if there's no law that requires the diplomat from Belgium or Zimbabwe or wherever is here for a 4-year stay and they have a kid and they move back to Belgium or Zimbabwe, that kid isn't an American citizen.
But Democrats argue the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to those born in the United States. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sun is on the rise with a mixture of clouds, 79 at 6:34. News Talk, KZRG.
Arson investigation in Neosho, where a man admitted to intentionally setting fire to his apartment. Authorities say Cameron Crowe walked out of the building Sunday and said, "I started the fire." Everyone there on Kohler Street got out safely, and apparently that fire had started in Crowe's trash can and was contained to his room. Witnesses say Crowe locked himself in his bedroom, had been drinking earlier that morning, and claimed that he was hearing voices again.
A new docuseries promises unprecedented access into the investigation of the 2022 Idaho murders.
13, I think we have a homicide.
The new 3-part documentary series, The Idaho Murders College Nightmare, definitively chronicles one of the most chilling murder cases honoring the 4 young lives. University of Idaho students Madison Mogan, Kaylee Consalves, Ethan Chavin, and Xanda Kernodle.
She got picked up in a silver sedan. I got a size 13.5 shoe coming and going. There's some dried blood on the sink. I heard her scream.
The series features unprecedented access to police footage, plus archival materials and firsthand accounts from the victims' families, just as their convicted killer, Brian Koberger, is attempting to overturn his guilty plea. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
The Joplin Catholic High School has a new coach. Joe Morgan has the answers.
In local sports, Macaulay Catholic High School has named Joseph Ventura as its new head girls basketball coach. Ventura brings solid local court experience to the program, having played 2 years of basketball at Ozark Christian College before continuing his studies at both OCC and Missouri Southern. Turning to Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals suffered a heartbreaking loss Tuesday night. Minnesota Royce Lewis ripped a 2-run triple with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth to drop Kansas City 3-2. The Royals look to bounce back in Game 2 tonight. First pitch is set for 6:40. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals were buried early by the Chicago Cubs, falling 10-2 after Chicago jumped out to a 7-run lead in the first 2 innings. The Redbirds will try to salvage the final game of the series tonight at 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. And that's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of the city of Joplin. From plastic bottles to metal cans, recycling in Joplin is easy. Get rolling. Request your recycling cart today. Recycling benefits us all. Learn more at JoplinRecycles.com. Recycle, it's how we roll. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
Here's your KZRG forecast. Staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight. Mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms Thursday. Otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Chance for showers and storms Friday. Partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Sunny and cooler this weekend. Mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep so far today on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Carl Junction, 79 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:38.
Hey, honey, what's wrong with the garbage disposal?
I don't know. It was working this morning. Did you put something down there?
Just a couple of corn cobs. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
When you got a clog that can't be beat. When your shower water is above your feet. When you flush that bowl and it makes you frown.
Green River makes that drain go down.
Hi, this is Nathan Terry. Don't let a clogged drain or broken garbage disposal spoil your summertime fun. Give Spring River Drain and Sewer a call, and our licensed drain experts will tackle your toughest clogs in the quickest way possible. We have the tools to clear out grease, years of buildup, and even corn cobs. Plus, we charge flat rate pricing for drain calls, so you know the price before we even show up. Schedule an appointment at springriverdrain.com. And remember,
Green River makes that drain go down.
There's a saying, it takes a group of good men to build a barn, and only one to tear it down. Well, a few Jeff City politicians are at it again, tearing things down, with Amendment 5 and Amendment 4. No on 5 and 4. 5 takes our money, with higher sales taxes, higher taxes on gas, guns, and groceries, a sales tax hike on rent and diesel, seed and feed. 4 takes away our constitutional right to vote and go around the establishment politicians and to stop higher taxes. Takes away our safety valve, a vote of the people to stop or reverse a dumb idea like the everything tax. I'm a no. A heck no. No. No on Amendment 5. No on Amendment 4. No on both 4 and 5. Paid for by no on the everything tax.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Was it the kind of cursive that you can't read because of the handwriting, or the kind of cursive you can't read because you would get the show pulled off the air? It was the kind of cursive I can't read because it's cursive. Good morning, Isaac. Hey, Doc, what's going on?
And weather. It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
6:40 is the KZRG News Time. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Going to be a hot one today.
Yeah, but not as hot as it was yesterday, but it's going to feel like it was as hot as it was yesterday.
Okay, if it feels like it's hot as it was yesterday, but it's not as hot as it was yesterday, what's the point? Isn't it just as hot as it was yesterday?
I'm going to suggest you help me ask that question of Ken Boone this morning at 7:25.
I'm going to go outside and shake my stick up at God and ask him.
95 for the high today, with the heat index making it feel as high as 109 today, and yesterday it felt between 105 and 110, some areas 110 plus for the actual high. Now, 94 for tomorrow, with a chance of showers and thunderstorms for today and tonight and tomorrow, but it's a very slight chance of those showers and thunderstorms. Again, the high tomorrow is 94, with the heat index tomorrow topping out as high as 106. Now, by the way, just for your information, if you go 5 miles down the road from our studios down to northeast Oklahoma, Ottawa County does have a heat advisory in effect until from noon today until 9 o'clock tonight. So if you go to Oklahoma, you got a heat advisory. If you're in southwest Missouri or southeast Kansas, no heat advisory. They are talking about actual high of 97 with the heat index as high as 107. So the feels like temperature is even cooler, but they have a heat index or a heat advisory in effect for this afternoon and tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone at 7:25.
Yeah. By the way, don't forget with the heat, you can get a complete list of cooling centers in southwest Missouri at newstalkkzrg.com. There's a ton in Joplin, Webb City, Carl Junction, Carthage, Neosho. The list goes on. It's all in one article, one place, newstalkkzrg.com. Speaking of things going on in southwest Missouri, road work in Joplin. We got a little update for you regarding what is happening on 7th Street. Now, 7th Street is getting a big facelift, something that I subscribe to the philosophy that it was desperately needed, because let's just be honest, it didn't look great.
Didn't look great, didn't feel great as you're driving down it because your shock absorbers were definitely being bumpy.
Oh yeah, no, it was a long time coming, and the reason why it took so long for the city to finally get it going is because 7th Street in Joplin is technically Route 66, which is technically a state highway, and so they basically had to coordinate with MoDOT. And as we all know, if you think the government locally is slow, wait till you get to the statewide government.
Or wait till you combine the two of them.
And wait till you combine the two of them, plus throw some federal grants in there.
Oh
my gosh. We're talking 35 plus years down the line.
And they are doing it on the 100th anniversary of Route 66.
Yeah, which is a little silly. I think they should have done it sooner or out later.
It's called a tribute.
In honor of the construction of Route 66, we're going to be doing construction on Route 66.
That's right.
All right. Maybe so. In any case, we have a little bit of an update for you on this road work. Upcoming work to be scheduled. Contractor crews will be installing new sidewalk, curb, and entrances between Florida and Ozark Avenue on 7th in Joplin. There's also going to be some excavation and the placing of new stormwater structures between Florida and Ozark. This is a big one. This was something that the city, I think, did a pretty decent job in coordinating. We all get very frustrated when they do road work, and then all of 6 months later, they're ripping it back up just to do something underground.
Or the next week after it's been done, then they dig it up.
Same. Well, the city went through from my understanding, painstaking lengths to make sure all the underground work gets done first, and then they do all the above ground work.
That's true. By the way, I do have some good news, though. 7th and St. Louis has finally reopened, at least for now.
Yep, at least for now. So there's a little update for you. So anyway, they're going to be working on stormwater structures between Florida and Ozark, preparing for new roadway pavement between Ozark and Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railroad tracks. That's something they're working on. The city of Joplin is also getting ready for new sanitary sewer work at Ozark
I'm so
Avenue.
glad it's sanitary. Thank you.
Well, look, somebody's got to do it. Liberty also involved here. They're preparing for the utility relocation work at St. Louis Avenue as well. While the road's getting ripped up, they might be moving some stuff around.
That's true, because there might be some widening.
Might be some widening, so we have that going on. Meanwhile, Missouri American Water is working on water lines between Florida and St. Louis Avenue. Again, why is all this happening? Well, they're ripping the road up anyway. Let's everyone get their hands in the pie and get their work done that they need to do, instead of having to rip it all up later. And that goes not just for local companies, but not just for statewide companies, but also international companies. AT&T also coordinating relocation of poles at the southeast corner of the intersection of St. Louis Avenue. So they're getting their part done as well.
That's for people that have landlines.
So we also have that. Lumen Fiber, relocating some fiber that's underground.
Yeah, it's multiple companies are putting in fiber in that area.
Sparklight as well. They're doing work too now.
That's right.
They're getting some lines down. So the point is they're ripping up the road, and finally the government learned, hey, if we rip it up, let's just do everything that needs to be done below it first and then put the road back together instead of doing it in piecemeal like a bunch of numbskulls. So, hey, great. Glad they finally learned. That's awesome. Now, what does this mean for you as you drive? Well, good news is 7th Street and Joplin, both lanes in both directions have been open this entire time. That being said, I shouldn't say lanes, but both directions have been open this entire time, but there are lane reductions. 7th Street is a couple of lanes in both directions, and one lane in either direction has been closed at a time for, various stretches of time.
That's true, and some intersections are closed for various reasons for various periods of time as well.
And that's going to continue. That won't change. Now, access to all businesses will technically remain open at all times. However, just because that is technically the case does not really mean that practically that's the reality. And what I mean by that is just a couple of days ago, Taco Stop on 7th Street in Joplin, they announced that they're going to be closing.
I believe that's at 7th and St. Louis, if I remember correctly.
They announced that they're going to be closing because of all the road work as a result of reduced traffic. They're like, because of this road work, we're literally just not getting enough customers to justify the costs that are needed to run this place, to have it open. So they're basically going into hibernation while this is happening, which is a shame. I mean, there's a lot of reasonable frustration surrounded by local business, or rather from local business owners surrounding this road work that's happening on 7th Street. And that sucks. There's no question about it. That totally sucks for local shops. I feel really bad for them. I don't really know what else could have been done. I honestly think the city did a decent job on doing their best to try and make sure that local businesses were still open. They're not closing on their store fronts.
Right.
They're still, doing the best they can to make sure that customers maintain access to their parking lots. But the road work needed to be done. I mean, really, the only thing that would have been better for these local shops is if they just never did the road work to begin with. But I think most people agree that 7th Street needed work to be done on.
Oh, it definitely did.
I think most people are excited for the upgrades. It's painful. It sucks in the interim, and I do feel bad for those businesses that are there. But I don't really think that there's a boogeyman to blame. I guess the boogeyman to blame is that the 7th Street is old, and the woes and wanes of Mother Nature beating it to all kingdom coming back has made it so bad that we had to work on it. So I guess Mother Nature's the bad guy. She's the bad guy.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I actually think that the local government did do a decent job in not being like, yep, you guys are all closed. Sorry, all the parking lots are shut down. The whole road is completely shut down. No one can access your storefronts. They kept all the storefronts open the best they could. But road work at this caliber is large and robust, takes time, and is intrusive. There's no question about it.
Plus, besides the road work, they're also getting the new ADA compliant sidewalks.
Yeah,
on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm surprised they didn't have that already.
Well, again, they haven't done any formative work on 7th Street in decades. So
yeah, it seems like decades.
I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised that 7th Street was that much of a mess that parts of it weren't even ADA compliant. I'd be surprised if it was ADA compliant.
I think the only area that was ADA compliant on 7th Street was in downtown area because of the work they did down there on sidewalks earlier.
Right, yeah, exactly. So it is painful. It does suck. And to the Taco Stop, I do feel bad. I'm really sorry. And this is my pledge to you, Taco Stop is a small business, a local business. When you guys open your doors up, I'll go get some lunch there in solidarity. I do feel bad. That does blow. But again, the road work needed to be done.
Yeah, it does.
So, KZRG News Time 650.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
A little bit louder.
3.
Thank you. New York Mayor Zoran Mondami threatened to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu for war crimes if he ever comes to New York. But Netanyahu made it clear he has no plans to cancel his attendance at the UN General Assembly in New York later this year. And it should be interesting.
Number 2.
Oklahoma, one of 5 states being considered for a massive new nuclear energy project. Optimists think that this could bring billions of dollars worth of investments and thousands of jobs. Pessimists still decry nuclear energy, calling it a danger.
Number 1.
Don't forget, you can get all your election information on KZRG's election headquarters. Things like amendment language, sample ballots, who's running for what, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/election.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What do you think the pros and cons of AI are? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. What are the pros and cons of AI? Coming up, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You can tune in to Sean every single weekday, starting at 2. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG.
Here's your KZRG forecast. Staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight. Mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms Thursday. Otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Chance for showers and storms Friday. Partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Sunny and cooler this weekend. Mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone in the KZRG Storm Center.
Roger Koch for State Representative.
I grew up in Carl Junction. I fought for this country, a teacher, coach, and now help veterans with their mental health at the Ozark Center. I've always found a way to serve, and I want to represent the good people of District 162. I want to protect the good life we enjoy here in Southwest Missouri. I'm asking for your vote. Roger that.
Paid for by Veterans for Roger Koch, Victoria Ailes, CPA Treasurer.
I started with Team Dental because I loved the team dynamic. That was what really drew me to come and interview with Dr. Lemus. During the interview process, I'll never forget, he told me our core values: work hard, trust God, be sincere, and help others. And I just fell in love with that. I think it covers a wide variety of, different things that we do for the community. So it's a great team dynamic. I get patients with high anxiety, and that's one of my favorite things when they come in and they are terrified to come and see us, because nobody likes to come to the dentist, let's just be real. But when they complete their treatment and they've earned that trust in you and you see that smile on their face because they feel comfortable, that's amazing. And we see it a lot.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin, where we specialize in dentistry that fits your schedule.
Team Dental of Joplin, your neighborhood practice for your whole family.
Bill, you're an old politician.
Yup, sure am.
So you know the old-timers warned that someone trying to sell you a pig in a poke was a con man.
Well, sure.
Well, no offense, Tom, but your politician's Amendment 5 is a pig in a poke, allowing politicians to raise our taxes without a vote of the people, and the politician's Amendment 4 takes away our power to do anything about it. Well, let's look at what's really inside Forward 5.
Oh, don't do that.
5 hits hardest seniors and those struggling financially with new taxes on services like doctor visits, in-home care, and rent. Sales taxes could more than triple. For up to 80% of Missourians, it's a tax hike. And Amendment 4 ends majority rule, allowing a minority of the most liberal statewide voters in one district to effectively end our power to stop corruption and out-of-control spending and taxing.
Slick plan, huh?
No, Tom. 4 and 5 are schemes that hurt citizens and transfer our power and our money to politicians and lobbyists. That's why I'm voting no on the politicians' Amendments 4 and 5.
Paid for by Missourians for fair taxation.
Today, someone in Joplin needed what you sell. They pulled out their phone, but didn't think of your business. Not because you're not good at what you do, but because they didn't know that you're an option. That's the power of the top-of-mind awareness. People can't choose a business they don't remember, and every time they don't remember you, they remember someone else. Here's the truth. If you're not number 1, 2, or 3 when someone in your market needs your service, you're losing revenue right now. Most businesses...
Good morning. I'm working on my Chris Hinkle Gen Z note.
The brands people know before they need them are the ones who win the sale. At Zimmer Marketing, we built a proven system that builds long-term brand awareness, grows your market share, and increases your revenue. We even have the case studies to prove it. No shortcuts, no guesswork, just a system that truly works. Call Zimmer Marketing today and find out if you're number 1, 2, or 3 in your market. Zimmer Marketing, it just works.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Minute.
But when Lindsay was right, and I believe he was right, he had moral clarity on the issues involving good and evil. Lindsay was 21 years old, and his parents died. His sister was only 13, and I interviewed his sister, now Senator Darlene Graham from South Carolina. Tim Scott will be there. Governor McMaster will be there. All of his close friends. I'm sure most of the Republicans, at least, maybe a lot of Democrats too. I have no idea. And the House and Senate will be there. I'm here to honor a friend that I lost, and just try to capture in a short period of time the things that mattered to him in his life.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
You know, I keep reminding people everyone needs a personal safety security strategy. That's why I keep telling you about this incredible new technology. It's byrna.com. Now, these are serious self-defense tools that are built for real Americans that refuse to be victims. It's that simple. And you don't need to be a Navy SEAL to use one. Now, first time out of the box, you'll be ready to use it. The beauty is it's legal in all 50 states. You don't need a permit. You don't need a background check. No government bureaucrat will stand between you and your safety, and they'll ship it right to your door. That's actually called freedom. If you keep the threat away from your wife, your kids, your home, you control the situation. You don't let danger get that close, and you don't have to. Anyway, just go to byrna.com/Hannity. That's byrna.com/Hannity today, and be ready, because you never know. There are a lot of bad people in this world, and you have to protect yourself, your family.
They call it controversy. I call it honesty. Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Join me tonight at 8, right after Mark Levin on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
It's going to be a little bit cooler today, but it's going to feel as hot as it was yesterday, believe it or not. 95 for the high today with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, but the feels like temperature is going to be around as high as 109. Yesterday it was as high as 110, so not that much cooler as the way it feels like. 94 for tomorrow with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. The heat index tomorrow should be as high as 106. We're going to be talking to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone at 7:25 and get the scoop.
We're going to be joined in about 10 minutes here, just after the news at 7:10, by Curtis Trent. He is seeking re-election for Missouri State Senate District 20 that represents the area just north of the Joplin metro area. If you have any questions for somebody seeking re-election that represents places like Lamar, South Greenfield, Lockwood, Everton, areas like that, feel free to text us at 417-782-1310.
The Four States News, Talk, and Severe Weather Station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 7 o'clock.
COVID controversy at the Capitol. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Dr. Anthony Fauci will be at a Senate hearing this hour. Fox's Chad Pergram is there.
He's going to be asked questions about his diaries, the start of the pandemic, what started it, did it come from the lab, did it come from a bat, questions about the pandemic, and also if you look at some of these diary entries, whether or not he was more focused on trying to get attention for himself compared to trying to address the pandemic.
Fauci's private diary has been made public ahead of the hearing by the Republican senator who has sparred with the doctor at hearing hearings in the past.
Rand Paul said that he just wants the truth. He said so long as he says what's the truth, that's fine. But he says if he says something new here and something that is contradictory or he doesn't tell the truth, keep in mind that that is not handled by that pardon extended by former President Biden.
Last night, the Senate gave initial approval to a Russia and Iran sanctions bill named for late Senator Lindsey Graham, who'd been pushing it. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was at the Senate for that vote and tells Fox's Hannity,
"We want to stop this war."
Zelensky and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also attended Graham's funeral at Washington's National Cathedral. The late senator will be laid to rest today after another funeral in South Carolina. And Zelensky and Netanyahu also met with President Trump, and the Israeli leader also tells Fox's Hannity it was a great discussion.
We don't want to see this fanatic regime in Tehran have nuclear weapons to threaten every American and to threaten the peace of the world and to threaten the existence of Israel. So we have a common goal.
This as fighting flares back up.
U.S. Central Command says Iran launched ballistic missiles in an attack on American forces, but all were intercepted. The Iranians confirm attacking a U.S. military base in Jordan. American forces have also worked with Saudi Arabia to strike sites in Iraq used by Iran-backed militias.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Oil prices surging back up more than 4%. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. We're heading for a high of 95. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone. Following sports, that'll be at 7:08. It's cloudy with a little bit of sunshine peeking through every now and then. It's 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, still 79 in Webb City, 79 in Joplin, AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG. 3 brothers charged. One says he's not guilty.
Some more details released about the 1999 murder of a teenager in Berry County, Missouri. As 49-year-old David Scott says he's innocent in the death of 14-year-old Justin Hocutt. David and his 2 brothers, Mark and Bobby, allegedly attacked Hocutt after finding him inside their Seligman home with their stepsister. They then allegedly brutally beat him, putting him on nearby railroad tracks, and investigators believe that Hocutt was still alive right before he was hit by a train in what they say was an attempt to cover up the killing. I'm Ty Albright, News Hot KZRG.
Birthright citizenship. Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt wants federal agencies to review documents issued to children of foreign diplomats born here. He says he believes that the Supreme Court's recent decision undermines the idea of citizenship in the country.
The Supreme Court in that decision also made clear that the children of foreign diplomats that are born here, that's clearly not a birthright citizenship example, meaning they're not supposed to be given, even with their current interpretation, full citizenship.
Schmidt says the feds would be responsible for examining those records and determining whether any documents should be revoked.
Too much construction. A Joplin business closing its doors for a bit as MoDOT's revamp of 7th Street takes its toll. The taco shop says the roadwork and lack of customer traffic have made it impossible to continue operating at this time. But they say it's not goodbye, just simply a break until the timing is right. The Massey project has been frustrating for drivers the past several weeks as work rolls on. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Cloudy and 79, 704, News Talk, KZRG.
Boone County Public Library hosted a Rainbow Story Hour to read 2 books, Rainbow Dinosaur and Big Wig for Toddlers. It was attended by about 100 families and friends. The day before the event, Secretary of State Denny Hoskins sent out a public letter to the library saying he wanted to cut any public funding if they continued.
If it's not illegal, then we're going to be working with the legislature. I've had several legislators that have called out to me and said, hey, if this is not illegal, we want to file bills to ensure this is illegal in the future. And that's also why I reached out to our Senate Appropriations Chairman, Rusty Black, as well as our House Budget Chairman, Bill Owen, to make sure that we aren't funding these type of events through taxpayer dollars.
How are you voting next week? Both Missouri Amendment 4 and 5 have very serious implications on the future of the state. Congressman Eric Burleson and a handful of other top Republican lawmakers want you to vote yes on both. Burleson says if you're a fiscal conservative, Amendment 5 is an easy call. It takes Missouri's income tax away so you can keep more of what you want to or what you earn. He says Amendment 4 will save the state because anyone with 51% and enough money can jam anything currently into the state constitution. A new coach is on the way to Joplin. Joe Morgan's got details.
In local sports, Macaulay Catholic High School has named Joseph Ventura as its new head girls basketball coach. Ventura brings solid local court experience to the program, having played 2 years of basketball at Ozark Christian College before continuing his studies at both OCC and Missouri Southern. Turning to Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals suffered a heartbreaking loss Tuesday night. Minnesota Royce Lewis ripped a 2-run triple with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth to drop Kansas City 3-2. The Royals look to bounce back in Game 2 tonight. First pitch is set for 6:40. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals were buried early by the Chicago Cubs, falling 10-2 after Chicago jumped out to a 7-run lead in the first 2 innings. The Redbirds will try to salvage the final game of the series tonight at 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. And that's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Pure News, a service of the city of Joplin. From plastic bottles to metal cans, recycling in Joplin is easy. Get rolling. Request your recycling cart today. Recycling benefits us all. Learn more at joplinrecycles.com. Recycle, it's how we roll. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news, 7:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Partly sunny, staying hot and humid for us here today with a slight chance to see a shower storm throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Our heat index could still be as high as 105 to 110. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone of the KZRG Storm Center.
Your website should work as hard as you do, especially in the age of AI search. Zimmer Marketing builds websites that help your business get found, get clicks, and get real results. Learn more at zimmermarketing.com. It just works.
Clean sweep so far this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. Still 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Webb City, 79 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:08.
Hinkle's Ace Hardware, they got what you need there.
Hey guys, it's John here from Hinkle's Ace Hardware. You know, Steel is a family-owned company, and they do things a little differently. You won't find their tools sitting on a shelf at the giant big boxes. They only partner with locally owned stores like ours because they know you deserve real service. Our most popular battery tools right now are the HSA 26 with 2 attachments for grass trimming or touching up hedges, and the GTA 26 handheld pruning saw with a 4-inch bar perfect for pruning. We've also got you covered with all the heavy-duty steel gas gear, from professional-grade chainsaws and string trimmers to rugged pressure washers. But we don't just sell you a machine and wave goodbye. We actually have an on-site gold-certified mechanic right here to service your gear for years to come. That's the local service you expect and the quality you deserve. Swing by and see us today at Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City or Joplin. Let's get your weekend project sorted out.
Neighbors helping neighbors, Hinkle's Ace Hardware Store.
Conservative, family man, author of The Bald Plan to Reduce Property Taxes. Listen to Scott Schwab.
Property taxes are killing Kansans. But one day, it hit me. BALD.
BALD stands for Better Affordable Living by Decreasing Property Taxes. And it's the only detailed plan. Schwab's BALD Plan means voter approval for property tax hikes, refunds for unfair assessments, and tax relief for seniors and working families. Listen to Scott Schwab.
I'm focused on reducing taxes for Kansans. You should keep more. My BALD Plan makes sure of it. When I'm governor, we'll get it done.
Finally, a governor with a good head on his shoulders. Author of the BALD Plan to Decrease Property Taxes. Conservative Republican Scott Schwab for governor. Visit scottschwab.com/bald to learn more. Paid for by Schwab for Governor, Jim Felter, Treasurer.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
News, weather, politics. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Ted Bohorquez.
And Steve Scott.
And joining us live this morning is Missouri State Senator Curtis Trent. He's seeking re-election for Missouri State Senate District 20, which represents Barton and Dade counties in the immediate area, Lamar and Greenfield. Senator, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Now, Senator Trent, for those that may not be familiar with you and your background, introduce yourself, so to speak. Who is Curtis Trent?
Oh, well, I'm a fifth-generation Missourian. I grew up on a small farm here in southwest Missouri. One of the things I always kind of joke about is that the main crop was rocks, but we had a few cows that we perched on top of the rocks, too. First in the family to go to college. My parents were first to graduate from high school, so education has always been something that's very important to me. Always have a real affinity for those kinds of issues. And I'm an attorney. I do estate planning, probate work here in southwest Missouri. And I currently reside in Republic, Missouri.
Nice. It's Curtis Trent. He's seeking re-election for Missouri State Senate District 20, which represents, among other counties, Barton and Dade County in the immediate area. Now, Curtis, why are you seeking re-election? What do you hope to achieve with another term?
Well, I'd really like to continue the work that I've been working on for the last 4 years. We've had great success in cutting taxes. Income taxes have gone down from 6% to 4.7%, which the economy has responded very well to that. For every dollar of tax cuts, there's been $2.5 new dollars of revenue come into the state. We've gotten rid of capital gains tax here in Missouri, first state in the nation to do that. And then we've done a lot for seniors as well. Senior property tax freeze. No taxes on Social Security. But I think more work can be done in those areas. Property taxes are a big deal. You don't have automatic rollbacks on some categories of property taxes, and so that ends up when prices are reevaluated, when the asset values go up, it ends up being a tax increase on the public. I don't think that should be the case. I think you should have automatic rollbacks to make everything revenue neutral when asset values go up. Just because your house gets more valuable doesn't mean the government should get more money. And then I work a lot on public safety as well. We got truth in sentencing done this year. That trues up the amount of time sentenced to the amount of time served, and should increase the deterrent effect of our laws. Should give more clarity to everyone at the time of sentencing, just how much time someone will serve in prison. Worked on that bill for 4 years and got to the governor's desk this year. So those are the kinds of areas I want to continue to work on. And of course, education, putting parents in charge of their kids' educational destiny, giving parents more options, education freedom, I think is very important too.
Yeah. KZRG News Time 7:15. We're joined live now by Curtis Trent, seeking re-election for Missouri State Senate District 20 to represent Barton and Dade counties in the immediate area. Senator Trent, thus far, with your first term in office here, what is a piece of legislation that you felt you were able to achieve or at least be a part of the system that you think best represents you? Something you can proudly hold up and say to voters, this is what I can do.
Well, like I said, I'm more of a generalist than a specialist. The capital gains tax repeal was my bill. I was the Senate sponsor. Truth in sentencing was my bill. I was the Senate sponsor for that bill. And I've worked on protecting property rights, giving landowners a more ability to keep squatters off of their land. Consumer protection against folks that engage in predatory housing sale practices. I look at the most pressing problem that I can identify and try to find legislation that will fix that problem, try to find a legislative solution to that problem. To me, it's not about, any one area or any one piece of legislation. It's about how we make our state better across the board, how do we make our economy better, how we make this state a better place to live and to raise a family.
Yeah. It's Curtis Trent. He's seeking re-election for Missouri State Senate District 20, live here on News Talk KZRG. Senator Trent, we polled our listeners about the biggest concerns in the area. What concerns them the most? And by far, the number one issue was data centers. And so I want to get your thoughts on data centers in rural communities.
Yeah, so I'm supporting a moratorium that we should not be building these facilities until we have more information about what their impact is going to be on the community, what their impact is going to be on energy usage, water usage, because we have great clean air, clean water, great land conservation in Missouri, and we want to maintain our standard of living. This is a relatively new issue, but the legislature did see something like this coming. So Senate Bill 4, which passed in 2025, contained some of the strongest consumer protections in the nation on electricity usage. Basically what that bill says is that if you have a large load user, and a data center would often qualify as large load user, that facility has to be on its own rate. It has to pay 100% of its own infrastructure costs and electricity costs, and those costs cannot be borne by your residential ratepayers. So the legislature has already put some very strong protections in place to guard against data centers, but I think more needs to be done, and we need a moratorium in place to get us there.
Yeah. It's Curtis Trent. He's seeking re-election for Missouri State Senate District 20, which represents Barton and Dade counties in the immediate area. Senator Trent, if you had an elevator pitch, so to speak, for voters as to why they should vote Curtis Trent for re-election, what would that elevator pitch be?
Well, essentially, this has been a very long race, tough race. There's been a lot of words spilled, and so what I ask people to evaluate is actions. And you can look at my record, you can see the legislation that I've worked on, you can see the votes that I've cast, and I think I have a proven conservative record that mirrors the values of our community and the priorities of our community. And so I would ask folks to evaluate my record and what I've accomplished while in Jefferson City.
Yeah. If people want to learn more about your record, more about your re-election campaign, where can they go? CurtisDTrent.com. It's CurtisDTrent.com. I have lots of issue positions there, lots of white papers on varieties of pieces of legislation that have passed. And of course, they can follow on social media, Curtis Trent Mo on Facebook, and Curtis D. Trent on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, now known as X. Excellent. Senator Trent, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate the opportunity.
We'll talk to you again soon. KZRG News Time, 7:20.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
New York Mayor Zoran Mondami threatened to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu for war crimes if he ever comes to New York. But Netanyahu made it clear he has no plans to cancel his attendance at the UN General Assembly in New York later this year. Should be interesting.
Number 2.
Oklahoma is one of 5 states being considered for a massive new nuclear energy project. Optimists think that this could bring billions of dollars worth of investments and thousands of jobs. Pessimists still decry nuclear energy, calling it a danger.
Number 1.
Don't forget, you can get all your election information on KZRG's election headquarters. Things like amendment language, sample ballots, who's running for what, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/election.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What do you think the pros and cons of AI are? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook, or text us at 417-782-1310. Coming up, a look at weekday weather on News Talk KZRG.
Here's your KZRG forecast. Staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight. Mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms.
Good morning, everybody. All right.
Good morning.
I'm going to read for you. Chris Hinkle wrote me a cursive note and was giggling, allegedly.
You want me to translate it for you?
She was giggling that because she knew I wouldn't be able to read it. So I'm writing her a note that I know she won't be able to read.
Oh, what are you writing in it?
You want to hear it? Here it is.
Sure.
The note, here it is. I'm just going to read it. AOC, your old school DM was straight bussin' for real FRFR. But cursive? That was out of pocket. Chief called, said that ain't it. I tried to read it IRL, but my boomer coworker has called my ability mid. Almost gave up, but they told me to hodl and keep on keeping on. I rushed B, and squad was there with the revive. In the end, heard. I DM'd you on email a list of your evergreen show bank. The bank is low-key wildin' no cap. Also, I never TY'd you guys for your Father's Day glizzies. 'Twas lit, full stop. It would have been giving on r/glizzy guzzler. Had it been there, 3K upvotes easy. NGL finna upload. Oh, BT dubs. My neighbor passed note. Illy, y'all are peak. He's a high-key Hinkle stan and said y'all got the sauce. I asked Lehem where he listened. Anon said Keck Train. Relatable.exe. Keep them dubs up. So you tell me, Mr. Cursive, were you able to read and understand that?
Huh?
Exactly. That's how I feel when
now,
someone
where's
hands
the cursive note? I'll translate it for you if you'd like.
No, I had Sharon down the hall translate it for me, which was very embarrassing because literally a week before, I had a whole conversation with her about how I thought reading cursive was a dead art that was unnecessary. I was like, that's a skill that I'll never need to learn, the same way I'll never need to learn how to read a sundial.
Kind of like I never needed to know how to draw out those sentences when you had to make them into like paragraphs and what do they call that?
Exactly. Your point stands. You never needed to learn it because you never used it.
Never used
it. If you actually needed it and used it, you would have remembered what it was called. Same with cursive. In the year 2026, you don't need cursive.
Or you had to do certain things for pronouns and nouns and
I don't even know what you're talking
verbs and all that stuff. Diagramming sentences.
Right. When's the last time you diagrammed a sentence?
High school.
Exactly. Skills.
10th grade.
Bob, I would like skills that are unnecessary for 10,000, please.
That's almost as bad as Ebonics, according to Bill.
Bad Ebonics? That's called Gen Z cursive. Gen Z slang cursive. It's straight bussin', Chief.
Yeah, and get this, over 200 loopholes are buried in our tax code, written by lobby.
Avery, you need to be more chronically online to have gotten all that. Now, I will say, Avery, in your defense, some of that is more millennial speak than it is Gen Z, so that might be why you don't understand all of it. Because there's definitely a lot of millennial influence in there. No question. No question, no cap.
Loopholes, eliminates income taxes, cuts property taxes, and gives $3,000 a year to average working families.
We decide, not the politicians.
Amendment 5 is the biggest tax cut in Missouri history.
I'm voting yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC, Mark Ellinger, Treasurer.
Hey, Clay Travis here. Join me and Buck Sexton weekdays from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. You can depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Steve Scott on News Talk KZRG, along with KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing a lot better today than what I was yesterday because the extreme heat warning is it's no bueno. It's gone. But yet, it's just 5 miles down the road. They've got a heat advisory for Oklahoma, believe it or not.
Yes, there are some heat advisories and extreme heat warnings still in effect over into portions of northeast Oklahoma. Still some across portions of south and southeast Kansas as well. But you're right, none for the Joplin area and across Missouri, although it is still going to be a pretty hot day today. I still think we're going to see readings in the mid-90s, and I still think our heat index is going to get up over 100, potentially up over 105 in spots. So it's still going to be very hot and humid, even though it might not quite be reaching advisory or warning criteria.
All right, so here we go. For the rest of the week, it looks like we got a lot of chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms, I believe, all the way through at least Friday.
That is correct. We're still going to be kind of stuck in this hot and humid air mass with a chance of storms through Friday, some cooler, less humid air in for the weekend. We'll go about a 30% chance to see a storm at any time here today and tonight. And then as we get into tomorrow, a little bit better chance to see those storms Thursday afternoon. Another round possible overnight Thursday night into Friday morning. By the time we get to the afternoon on Friday, I think our rain chances go away, although it'll still be hot. So we're still looking at temperatures in the 90s as we head through Thursday and Friday. But Saturday and Sunday, some nice weather awaits with some cooler and less humid conditions. Sunshine and maybe upper 80s. I think we'll be in that 84 to 87 range for the upcoming weekend.
Ooh, that's not bad at all. Now, next week I noticed that it's not going to be heating up at least as much in the beginning of the week as well.
That's correct. Temperatures are going to get a little hotter. So 80s over the weekend, which will be nice. We might get up into the low to mid-90s as we look towards early, maybe getting towards those mid-90s towards the middle part of the week. Hopefully the humidity stays down a little bit so we don't have that oppressive heat and humidity like we've had this week.
So when do we officially get into the dog days of summer? Is that going to be in August?
Usually, I would say August is kind of where people typically talk about the dog days of summer because we could still have another stretch of some pretty hot temperatures as we head through August. Once we get towards the end of August and into September, that threat for that kind of stretch of long, hot weather kind of wanes off.
All right, so we have all that to look forward to and more. Ken, thanks for joining us this morning.
All right, have a good day.
As to you, good sir. We'll talk to you again soon. That was a little outlook on weekday weather with KZRG's meteorologist Ken Boone right here on News Talk KZRG. Hey, by the way, don't forget the election's just around the corner. If you want to go into the voting booth on August 4th, or if you want to early vote and you want to do so with confidence, then you can get all the information you need on the upcoming elections. What seats are up for grabs, who's running for what party they are with, amendment language, both the sample ballot, both the ballot language and the amendment itself. We also have the sample ballots on there for you to peruse. Take a little looky-loo at. It's all in one place, and honestly, more than anything, I know a lot of us in the 4 states area want to do research, but with the proliferation of AI and fake news and all that, it's kind of difficult. I know there's been a lot of people that I've spoken to in the 4 states that go, I read this thing. I just don't know if that's the actual ballot language. I don't know if that's the actual amendment. I saw this person. Maybe they're running. Are they actually running, or what's going on? You don't need to worry about that with KZRG's election headquarters. All of that information is right there for you. It's all vetted. It's all real. It's all in one place. It saves you a ton of headache and time trying to do research, trying to find the right stuff. We found it for you, and we put it in one place. There's no spin. There's no filter on it. It's just the raw data, all in a very clear and easy space. easy to understand space, and that space is KZRG's election headquarters. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/elections. Get all the details there. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Oh, and also on your smart speaker. It's News Talk KZRG.
At 7:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
The AI development race.
Kirk murder trial latest.
U.S., Iran, Saudi Arabia strikes.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Topping out at 95. Heat index could top out around 110 again, though. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone following sports. That will be at 7:08. Mostly cloudy at 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Galena, 79 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
Researchers and executives from some of the leading AI companies now urging the federal government to be more deliberate about the pace of technology development.
The online petition asks the U.S. government to back an international effort to, quote, develop the technical and governance tools needed to buy time if future AI systems become too powerful to safely manage. It was signed by more than 1,100 leaders from AI companies Anthropic, Google, Meta, and OpenAI, and warns that the current speed of progress could surpass humanity's ability to understand or control AI development. The petition does not call for a pause or slowdown of AI, but asks governments worldwide to build the tools to slow down development if needed. It comes amid the Trump administration's acceleration of AI development in a push to beat China. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
The judge in the Charlie Kirk murder case reviewing evidence ahead of a key decision on whether Tyler Robinson will stand trial.
Prosecutors are urging the judge in the case against Tyler Robinson to send the case to trial as the court nears a decision on whether it'll officially proceed. In their comprehensive state memorandum, arguing the evidence connecting the Utah man to the assassination of Charlie Kirk overwhelmingly establishes probable cause on every charge, and that the conservative activist was attacked for his political views, citing his opposition to gay marriage and transgender rights. The defense is expected to file its written opposition in the coming weeks, followed by a final response from prosecutors before oral arguments are scheduled for September 1st. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
Fighting has picked up across the Middle East once again, with both the U.S. and Saudi Arabia retaliating against Iran-backed militias in Iraq. Peter Ducey with more.
CENTCOM is explaining that this is how it went down. U.S. and Saudi fighter aircraft struck multiple terrorist logistics and weapons sites across Iraq in a strong response to over 30 IRGC-directed aerial drone attacks in the last 72 hours. The unwarranted attacks against U.S. forces were not successful. So what's President Trump going to do about these latest attacks targeting American forces in the Middle East? He has not yet said whether or not he thinks blowing up Iranian bridges or power plants would be a war crime. But he has said he could do it, and quickly.
79 with some clouds and sun every now and then. It's 7:34. News Talk KZRG.
3 brothers charged, and one says he's not guilty.
Some more details released about the 1999 murder of a teenager in Berry County, Missouri. His 49-year-old David Scott says he's innocent in the death of 14-year-old Justin Hokut. David and his 2 brothers, Mark and Bobby, allegedly attacked Hokut after finding him inside their Seligman home with their stepsister. They then allegedly brutally beat him, putting him on nearby railroad tracks, and investigators believe that Hokut was still alive right before he was hit by a train in what they say was an attempt to cover up the killing. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt is asking federal agencies to review citizenship documents that were issued to children of foreign diplomats born in the United States. Schmidt says he would expect the State Department to be fully cooperative.
We're not asking for a change in the law. We're actually asking them to enforce the law. And so if there's no law that requires the diplomat from Belgium or Zimbabwe or wherever is here for a 4-year stay and they have a kid and they move back to Belgium or Zimbabwe, that kid isn't an American citizen.
But Democrats argue the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to those born in the United States. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, 79-735, News Talk, KZRG.
Arson investigation in Neosho, where a man admitted to intentionally setting fire to his own apartment. Authorities say Cameron Crowe walked out of the building Sunday and said, "I started the fire." Everyone there on Kohler Street got out safely, thankfully. Apparently, that fire had started in Crowe's trash can and was contained just to his room. Witnesses say Crowe locked himself in his bedroom, had been drinking earlier that morning, and claimed he was hearing voices again.
A new docuseries promises unprecedented access into the investigation of the 2022 Idaho murders.
13, I think we have a homicide. The new 3-part documentary series, The Idaho Murders, College Nightmare, definitively chronicles one of the most chilling murder cases honoring the 4 young lives. University of Idaho students Madison Mogan, Kaylee Consalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xanda Kernodle.
She got picked up in a silver sedan.
I got a size 13.5 shoe coming and going.
There's some dried blood on the sink.
I heard her scream. The series features unprecedented access to police footage, plus archival materials and firsthand accounts from the victims' families, just as their convicted killer, Brian Koberger, is attempting to overturn his guilty plea. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
How'd the Cardinals do yesterday? Joe Morgan's got the answer.
In local sports, Macaulay Catholic High School has named Joseph Ventura as its new head girls basketball coach. Ventura brings solid local court experience to the program, having played 2 years of basketball at Ozark Christian College before continuing his studies at both OCC and Missouri Southern. Turning to Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals suffered a heartbreaking loss Tuesday night. Minnesota Royce Lewis ripped a 2-run triple with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th to drop Kansas City 3-2. The Royals look to bounce back in Game 2 tonight. First pitch is set for 6:40. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals were buried early by the Chicago Cubs, falling 10-2 after Chicago jumped out to a 7-run lead in the first 2 innings. The Redbirds will try to salvage the final game of the series tonight at 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. And that's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your News, the service of the City of Joplin. From plastic bottles to metal cans, recycling in Joplin is easy. Get rolling. Request your recycling cart today. Recycling benefits us all. Learn more at joplinrecycles.com. Recycle, it's how we roll. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Pahorquez.
Next news, 8 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
Here's your KZRG forecast. Staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight. Mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms Thursday. Otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Chance for showers and storms Friday. Partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Sunny and cooler this weekend. Mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone in the KZRG Storm Center.
No rain showing this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. Sun trying to peek through with a lot of clouds still. 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Columbus, 79 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time 7:39.
Roger Koch for State Representative.
I grew up in Carl Junction. I fought for this country, a teacher, coach, and now help veterans with their mental health at the Ozark Center. I've always found a way to serve, and I want to represent the good people of District 162. I want to protect the good life we enjoy here in Southwest Missouri. I'm asking for your vote. Roger.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Austin, when I was a kid, I remember when you stepped on Legos, it didn't really hurt. Now that I'm old, it hurts really bad. Bad enough to want to throw all the Legos away. Austin, never throw all the Legos away. She said, I made iced coffee this morning, and I think I'll need to make some more. It might be a 2 to 3 cup coffee day. I'm snoozing. That was me yesterday. I think I had 2 cups of warm Joe that I made here in the studio, and then I went over to Joplin Greenhouse because they're across the street and got a cup of cold brew. 1 cold brew, please. I love cold brew. I think it's genetic because my sister loves cold brew too, and not everyone does. But I'll tell you what, on a hot day, it hits. Oh, I'm going to put that in. I'm adding that to my slang note for Chris Hinkle. I'm ending it with hope this note hits. I'm cracking myself up over here, Steve. Listen, if you can't make yourself laugh, what's it all for?
That's true.
I ask you, what is it all for? Austin, but I really want to throw them away. But they're Legos, Austin! What?
They're like gold. They might be an investment in a few years and make you big bucks.
I will not listen to this blasphemy, good sir. Legos! Legos!
Show every weekday from 5 to 8 on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Well, Steve, I have some shocking news for you this morning. Really very shocking, jarring even news.
Using it with a taser?
Very similar. That's how much this news will shock you. As it turns out, Democrats are not very fiscally responsible.
Yeah, look what happened in 107 days last year.
I know. This
Actually,
is
2 years ago.
Insane breaking news story. The Democrats are not the financial stewards they pretend to be.
Oh, wow. Well, the rest of today is going to be technically cooler than it was yesterday, but still going to feel like it's as hot as it was yesterday. We're looking for a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms for today with the sun peeking through every now and then. Actual high around 95. Heat index as high as 109 to 110 today. Then tonight, better chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy with the overnight low down to 75. Tomorrow, a better chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly in the afternoon. Partly sunny and hot with the high of 94. Heat index tomorrow as high as 106. Good news is, though, for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, temperatures are going to be in the 80s with the overnight lows in the 60s. And not as warm next week with the highs in the lower 90s on Monday, mid-90s on Tuesday. That's all according to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
The Democratic National Committee's financiers were deeply called into question by their own party, and now the chair of the DNC is facing a lot of internal opposition with a lot of calls for him to step down. Now, where this whole thing kind of blew up is people started poking around a little bit, some public records filings, and as it turns out, the DNC had put up their physical location in Washington, D.C. as collateral for a $15 to $20 million loan.
Now, was that loans for current stuff, or is that trying to pay off the debt from the last presidential campaign?
I'm glad you asked. So, as it turns out, the DNC specifically versus Kamala's old camp two different financial situations.
Wow.
So the DNC is in debt, not as much as a lot of people had assumed. The DNC, not Kamala, the DNC reportedly has a debt of $18.5 million.
Maybe it's because they're trying to get rid of all the rich people. You know, the rich people are evil, according to the Democrats. But they're the ones that actually give them the money so they don't have to take out loans.
Yeah, that is kind of the strange thing is the Democrats, the DNC, they were also bragging internally that their high-dollar donations have skyrocketed in recent years. Those are donations of more than $100,000, which let me tell you, that's not a grassroots outfit. If your high-dollar donations are going up, that is rich people donating to you. No average Joe is casually dropping $100K to your party.
Maybe the rich people are giving away their money now to the DNC because they won't have it later because of the new taxes that are coming up.
I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. So the DNC, they have $18.5 million of debt with $16 million on hand, which means if you were to do the net, if in theory they were to drain their bank account to pay off their debt, they would still be in the hole $2.5 million.
Oh, is that all?
That's all. Now, jokes aside, like, you know, you hear these stories. Oh, my God, Kamala's campaign cost $1 billion. Okay, what is $18.6 million in debt? That's kind of a drop in the bucket. Well, let's take a look from, like, not year over year, but midterm over midterm.
Sure.
During the last midterm election cycle, the DNC had $400,000 in debt. Now they have $18 million in debt. Last midterm election cycle, they had $30 million cash on hand. Now, $16 million. So their debt, I mean, that's a multiplier by several factors of 10, went up. And the amount of cash they have on hand halved since the last midterm election cycle, which begs the question, are these the guys, the people, the they-thems, that you want in charge of your money as a taxpayer? You want them in charge of spending?
Why not? I mean, they claim that they're the best.
So the Democrats net in the hole more than $2 million. Republicans, do you want to know where they're at right now? The RNC, zero debt, and they have $128.5 million cash on hand. If you were to make every single $1 million 1 point, the Democrats net -2 points. Republicans, 128 points. So again, I ask you, just the basic question, just looking at that alone, which party do you feel would be more responsible with your money as a taxpayer? The party that has $2 million in debt, or the party that's in the green, $128 million?
You mean the Republicans have that much money and they're not even offering the Democrats any of it? Oh, my. They really should offer it to them.
Greed.
Then pull the rug out from under them.
That's all that is. Makes me sick. But in any case, that's what's going on here.
Wow, I've never heard you say so much emphasis or enforcing the sickness part.
You want to try that again? Take two, Steve.
Take two. I've never heard you push the emphasis on the sickness so far.
Do you want to go for a take three, or are you happy with that?
Take three. I'm happy.
All right. Steve said, check the gate. We're moving on. So anyway, that's the big thing here. Now, a couple of things here. People were like, oh, my God. The DNC put up their physical location in D.C. as collateral? That's
I wonder if
bad.
they actually own it or if they're just putting it up for collateral.
Well, I mean, if you got to own it to put it up for collateral. I can't
Maybe
put
not
your
for them.
But
maybe,
I can't put your car.
I
can't put your car up for collateral if I don't own it.
Well, you could, but it would be fraud.
Okay, well,
the Democrats are used to fraud.
All right. In any case, a lot of people were like, oh, my God, it's end of days for the DNC. Well, as it turns out, not really. Little known fact, and again, little known, not a lot of people know this, but the DNC and the RNC putting up physical property as collateral for getting money is actually fairly common.
Really?
The DNC and the RNC, both of them actually have a history of putting up their physical locations around the country as collateral to get a little bit of seed money there. That's not uncommon. What is uncommon is that the DNC is doing this in a quote-unquote off year during midterms. Historically, the DNC and the RNC, they've done things like that during presidential election cycles because those are the big races. Those are the big ones you got to pull out all the stops. And so for the DNC to do it in an off year is strange because that's like putting in 110% during the practice skirmish.
Right.
And a lot of DNC members were saying, hey, man, save those plays for the big game. the big presidential race.
Well, supposedly it's going to be easy for them to take over all three places, like the House and the Senate, and getting ready to take over the presidency this year.
Supposedly to who?
Well, supposedly that's what happens in the off-year midterm election.
Oh, historically. Yeah, so historically the party in power typically loses seats during the midterms. That's just the pattern. Will that happen this time? I don't know. Maybe. If history's any guide, then it's probable. But guess what? Donald Trump has never once followed any footpath of history. He is truly a one-of-a-kind, unique anomaly in our political system. I think the rule book is thrown out. For people that are like, yep, it's a shoo-in, the Democrats are going to win because historically that's what happens. The party in power loses power and seats and blah, 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 all that. I don't think, we are truly in uncharted waters with this president in a good way, good way in a lot of ways. So I don't think it's a shoo-in that Republicans are going to lose. That being said, Republicans still got to get out and show out.
Yeah, well, the Dems are, chomping at the bit to do another going after Trump and getting him impeached again. That's what happens if they win, supposedly.
Yeah, there's been claims about that, some rumblings among Democrats that, once they get power, they might go for impeachment. I am skeptical of that personally, and the reason why is because
lame duck.
He's a lame duck, 100%. B, earlier this year, an up-and-coming Democrat was all in on, we're going to impeach Trump, and the Democrat Party, they absolutely ground-pounded that idea. They said, nope, we are not supporting that. We've tried to impeach Trump. It's only made him stronger. It clearly doesn't work. That is not the move. And so when a Democrat up-and-comer came and said, I'm pushing for impeachment, the rest of the party just shouted him down and said, absolutely not. So I think that they kind of recognize that that's not a solid strategy. I think you're right, Steve. I think it's a lame duck. And I think that at this point, the Democrats are just going to wait out the storm, quote unquote, so to speak. Trump has a couple of years left, lame duck years that people like to point out, as you said, Steve. I think they're just going to wait it out. I think they're just going to hunker down for these 2 years, and I think they're going to try and do what they can to get power in the midterms. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. And again, looking at this whole cash situation, the DNC is more than $2 million net in the hole. The Republicans have $128 net in the bank.
Where's George Soros when the Democrats need him?
Exactly. So that's not a shoo-in necessarily. I know money doesn't equate to the outcome of elections, voters do, but money certainly helps. I'll tell you that much. So we'll see what this turns into, but it was kind of interesting, the direct comparison between the DNC and the RNC and their finances. And again, during this midterm, a big part of government is being stewards of your money as the taxpayer. That's a large part of their job. Let's take a look at the DNC and RNC and how they've handled their respective money piles. Pretty damning evidence in my mind. So what are your thoughts? Text us at 417-782-1310.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
New York Mayor Zoran Mandami threatened to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu for war crimes if he ever comes to New York. But Netanyahu made it clear he has no plans to cancel his attendance at the UN General Assembly in New York later this year. It should be interesting.
Number 2.
Oklahoma, one of 5 states being considered for a massive new nuclear energy project. Optimists think that this could bring billions of dollars worth of investments and thousands of jobs. Pessimists, they still decry nuclear energy, calling it a danger.
Number 1.
Don't forget, you can get all your election information on KZRG's election headquarters. Things like amendment language, sample ballots, who's running for what, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/election.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What do you think the pros and cons of AI are? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. Coming up, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute on News Talk KZRG.
Here's your KZRG forecast. Staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight. Mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms Thursday. Otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Chance for showers and storms Friday. Partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Sunny and cooler this weekend. Mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the KZRG Storm Center.
There's a saying,
It takes a group of good men to build a barn, and only one to tear it down. Well, a few Jeff City politicians are at it again, tearing things down with Amendment 5 and Amendment 4. No on 5 and 4. 5 takes our money with higher sales taxes, higher taxes on gas, guns, and groceries, a sales tax hike on rent and diesel, seed, and feed. 4 takes away our constitutional right to vote and go around the establishment politicians and to stop higher taxes. Takes away our safety valve, a vote of the people to stop or reverse a dumb idea like the everything tax. I'm a no. A heck no. No. No on Amendment 5. No on Amendment 4. No on both 4 and 5. Paid for by no on the everything tax.
And Doug.
Hot dog, get your hot dog. Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When you see this in your kitchen,
the stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
You hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Still married? That deserves a celebration. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 51st, Como Jewelry has just the thing to keep you in the good graces of your better half. Classic, custom, sparkly, or sentimental, we've got it all. Because anniversaries aren't just about counting the years. They're about celebrating all the "we made it" moments. Swing by in Pittsburgh or visit our brand new Joplin store at 3401 North Rangeline. Como Jewelry, your jeweler for a lifetime and your ticket to a happy anniversary.
Want to know what's really going on? Then join me, Chris Plant, every weekday from 9 to 11 on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first one on the phone with the correct answer to the question. 417-782-1310, 417-782-1310. Oh, Ted-O, what's the question, O?
Today's question, Steve-O, is a little American-U.S. trivia history. Boy, I said a lot of words there, didn't I?
You want to do a take two?
Take two. Hit me.
Take two.
All right, there we go. It's a little U.S. history trivia. There it is.
I'm not the only one.
In World War II, how many stars were on the American flag? 417-782-1310. When we fought World War II and were flying our flags into battle, how many stars were on that American flag? 417-782-1310. How many stars were on the American flag during World War II? Steve, what are we giving away?
Complimentary taco plus chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
417-782-1310. How many stars were on the American flag when it was flown throughout World War II? News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
48.
That is exactly correct. 48 stars, because Alaska and Hawaii didn't become states until after the war. Who do we have here?
This is Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly, what's your favorite radio station?
KZRG.
Oh, love to hear it. Love to hear it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be with you in just a minute here, and you have just won a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. Stay on the horn for us here, Kimberly, if you don't mind. Yeah, 48 stars were on the American flag during World War II. Little fun fact for you.
And we're shooting for 50, which we added to.
Well, now we're shooting for 51. Will it be Canada? Will it be Greenland? Maybe it'll be Venezuela. Who knows?
Or maybe 52 or 3.
I like to think that the next state will be Tedtopia.
Or according to Obama, 57.
Or, yeah, that's true as well. Steve, how's the weather today?
Hot, but not as hot as it was yesterday, but it's going to feel like it. High today around 95 with the heat index as high as 109 to 110. Chance of showers and thunderstorms, very slight chance. Partly sunny during the day today.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin, a free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
A new warning to Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
President Trump tells Fox News about Iran, we are going to beat the effing S out of them.
He said that in a phone call with Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, reacting to the Iranian attack targeting American troops in Jordan.
He went on to say, we'll be hitting them hard. They're going to get a beating. So clearly the United States is going to respond to what the president described as a surprise attack. He says U.S. forces had just minutes to shoot down these incoming Iranian ballistic missiles. The president says he has reviewed video of the shoot down, and it was U.S. forces conducting this operation to defend that area.
Separately, the U.S. went on the attack with Saudi Arabia, hitting Iran-backed militia sites in Iraq. There are COVID questions at the Senate.
You did not tell the American people the full story.
Republican Senator Rand Paul a short time ago accusing Dr. Anthony Fauci. He said one thing in public, the other in private, citing Fauci diary entries as the ex-Biden and Trump COVID advisor faces questions on the pandemic and public response at a Senate hearing.
Presidents, governors, mayors, school boards, corporations, and Congress all bear responsibility for the decisions they made. The COVID lockdown, however, could never have been inflicted without you aiding and abetting the crime. Children lost years of education.
Now, just a few minutes ago, Dr. Fauci responded in his opening statement saying he would not answer any questions.
Given Senator Paul's obvious obsession with calling for my prosecution, his repeated slanderous comments about me, and recently his publicly releasing my unredacted personal diary aimed at embarrassing and intimidating me.
And Dr. Fauci just pleaded the fifth as he's refusing to answer questions as the hearing continues. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 95. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone following sports. That'll be at 8:08. Mixture of sun and clouds. 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh, 79 in Carthage, 79 in Joplin, AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, and on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG. Three brothers charged. One says he's not guilty.
Some more details released about the 1999 murder of a teenager in Berry County, Missouri. As 49-year-old David Scott says he's innocent in the death of 14-year-old Justin Hocutt. David and his two brothers, Mark and Bobby, allegedly attacked Hocutt after finding him inside their Seligman home with their stepsister. They then allegedly brutally beat him, putting him on nearby railroad tracks, and investigators believe that Hocutt was still alive right before he was hit by a train in what they say was an attempt to cover up the killing. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Birthright citizenship? Well, Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Smith wants federal agencies to review documents issued to children of foreign diplomats born here. He says he believes that the Supreme Court's recent decision undermines the idea of citizenship in the country.
The Supreme Court in that decision also made clear that the children of foreign diplomats that are born here, that's clearly not a birthright citizenship example, meaning they're not supposed to be given, even with their current interpretation, full citizenship.
Schmidt says the feds would be responsible for examining those records and determining whether any documents should be revoked.
Too much construction. A Joplin business closing its doors for a little bit as MoDOT's revamp of 7th Street takes its toll. The taco shop says the road work and lack of customer traffic have made it impossible to continue operating at this time. But they say it's not goodbye, just simply a break until the timing is right. The massive project has been frustrating for drivers the past several weeks as the work rolls on. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Mixture of sun and clouds, 79, 804, going on 805. News Talk, KZRG.
Two women accused in a brutal Joplin beating last summer are now behind bars. Surveillance video reportedly captured Rose Joy and Kiara Lewis pulling the victim's hair and repeatedly hitting her as she was on the ground outside of the club at 5th and Joplin. The fight reportedly ended only after an unidentified man stepped in and pulled one of the women away. The victim suffered a fractured nose and needed multiple stitches.
How are you voting next week? Both Missouri Amendment 4 and 5 have very serious implications on the future of the state. Congressman Eric Burleson and a handful of other top Republican lawmakers want you to vote yes on both. He says if you're a fiscal conservative, Amendment 5 is an easy call. It takes Missouri's income tax away so you can keep more of what you earn. He says that Amendment 4 will save the state because anyone with 51% and enough money can currently jam anything into the state constitution. How'd the Royals do yesterday? Joe Morgan's got the answer.
In local sports, Macaulay Catholic High School has named Joseph Ventura as its new head girls basketball coach. Ventura brings solid local court experience to the program, having played 2 years of basketball at Ozark Christian College before continuing his studies at both OCC and Missouri Southern. Turning to Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals suffered a heartbreaking loss Tuesday night. Minnesota Royce Lewis ripped a 2-run triple with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth to drop Kansas City 3-2. The Royals look to bounce back in Game 2 tonight. First pitch is set for 6:40. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals were buried early by the Chicago Cubs, falling 10-2 after Chicago jumped out to a 7-run lead in the first 2 innings. The Redbirds will try to salvage the final game of the series tonight at 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. And that's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your News, the service of the city of Joplin. From plastic bottles to metal cans, recycling in Joplin is easy. Get rolling. Request your recycling cart today. Recycling benefits us all. Learn more at joplinrecycles.com. Recycle, it's how we roll. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news at 8:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Partly sunny, staying hot and humid for us here today with a slight chance to see a shower storm throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Our heat index could still be as high as 105 to 110. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone of the KZRG Storm Center.
Your website should work as hard as you do, especially in the age of AI search. Zimmer Marketing builds websites that help your business get found, get clicks, and get real results. Learn more at zimmermarketing.com. It just works.
Nothing showing currently on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 79 in Neosho, 79 in Pittsburgh. Mixture of sun and clouds, 79 in Galena, 79 in Joplin. News Talk, KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:08.
Experience matters when electing judges. For 30 years, John Nicholas has served the citizens of Jasper County, including the last 12 as a judge. As a former assistant prosecutor, he knows that courtroom mistakes can result in costly and emotional mistrials.
I'm proud that in my 12 years as a judge, I've never had a case overturned or sent back for a new trial. It's important to get it right the first time. I'd appreciate your vote August 4th to continue to serve Jasper County. Paid for by the Committee to Elect John Nicholas, Chris Churchwell, Treasurer.
Not every college knows your name or invests in your future, but at Cotty College, you'll be known. With small class sizes and meaningful faculty mentorship, you'll be challenged, empowered, and supported. Choose from over 20 majors, 13 athletic programs, and a close-knit community where lifelong friendships are built. Cotty College even guarantees every student a once-in-a-lifetime international travel experience. Enrollment is open now through August 1st, and generous scholarships are available. Cotty College isn't for everyone, just women ready to change the world.
The simplest thing we ask of anyone we hire is that they show up. Whether that's an employee at work, a painter for our home, or our elected officials. So why has our state senator Jill Carter missed over 40 votes? 40 times when we needed her to be our voice. Jill Carter was nowhere to be found. And when she did show up, Jill Carter let us down. voting to give millions in taxpayer-funded bailouts to billionaire professional sports owners without even reading the bill. Dr. Ellen Nichols is different. For 33 years, Dr. Ellen Nichols has been there as a neurosurgeon in our community. When you need her, Dr. Ellen Nichols will be there. Vote for change on August 4th.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ellen Nichols. I've shown up for the families of Southwest Missouri for over 3 decades. You deserve trusted hands to protect your family budgets, defend the unborn, and deliver lasting property tax relief. I'm Dr. Ellen Nichols, and I'm asking for your vote on August 4th. Paid for by friends of Dr. Ellen Nichols, Paula Baker, Treasurer.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-884-1012 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-884-1012. That's 800-884-1012. What do you have to lose? Call 800-884-1012. Again, 800-884-1012.
Hey, want a free checking account from Community Bank and Trust?
Free? Yeah, right. What's the catch?
Well, there's no catch.
There is always a catch. I bet there's a minimum balance requirement.
Nope, their absolutely free checking account is free from minimum balance requirements.
Okay, then I bet there's a monthly service charge.
Actually, there's not. Their absolutely free checking is free from a monthly service charge.
So when you say free, you mean...
Free, gratis, countless, liberated.
Wow. Free, so I could check my balance, pay bills, use my debit card, and bank from my phone
without paying a monthly fee.
Now that's my kind of free.
Absolutely free checking, the account that gives you all the features you need for 0 monthly fees from Community Bank and Trust. Get started at one of the local employee-owned CBT locations today or at cbthomebank.com. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important. It's in our name. Other fees such as NSF, overdraft, sustained overdraft fees, etc. may apply. See fee schedule for details. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 580491.
Radio infotainment live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. You're listening to News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG 81 in Joplin. The KZRG News Time just after 8:10. Joining us live this morning in Studio 1Z is Abby Morris with MSSU. Abby, thanks for being here today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Ted. It's fun to be out this morning.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you and your time, Abby. MSSU, you'll have a lot going on all the time, and I wanted to use this opportunity to get kind of an update. One of the big exciting things that MSSU has coming up is the new Roy Blunt Health Science and Innovation Center. Tell us all about it.
Yes, so that center was a 5-year project that the academic leaders at MSSU worked really hard to get a lot of good funding secured, and many generous donors have helped contribute to that. It really represents the pinnacle of our university in health and life sciences, immersive learning, and global education. So it is very exciting that new facility is now almost finalized and ready to open for the new academic year. Yesterday, our Lionhead logo went up on the fountain. There's the staple fountain outside. Huge crane dropping it in. I mean, all the final touches are just really pulling together this week as we gear up for all of our events. So it's just really exciting to be able to offer that innovative center to the students as they come into the new academic year.
Yeah. So with this center, the Innovative Center, what is actually in it? Is it just classrooms or is it more the hands-on?
Oh, it's so much. much. So our Welcome Center, with all this really awesome, innovative resources for our admissions team to invite new students on campus, they're now located there. There is also a community space. So there's a community room that our local partners can rent that space to utilize for any of your tabling events or community dinners, parties, events. And then on the other side, really the core opposite side of the facility is our simulation center that includes a cadaver lab, a 3D medical print lab.
Oh, wow.
A simulations hospital for NICU and PICU, so nurses are able to do the hands-on training, and the technology on that side of the house is incredible. It's incredible.
Wow. It's happening at MSSU. Abby Morris from MSSU is here on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time 8:15. That is really, really cool. Really advanced, bringing it to the 4 states area. That's awesome. Something else that's being brought to the 4 states area via MSSU, the Paint the Town Green and Gold initiative. What is that? That sounds cool.
Well, we take very much pride in being Lions, and we just want the entire community to be a part of that. So MSSU is the September 3rd Thursday sponsor. And so basically from 3rd Thursday to homecoming, which is October 10th, we want to invite businesses to decorate their storefronts or their office spaces with the MSSU brand. You can go online and register and just tell us a little bit about how you're going to be decorating. And then we're going to bring out a branded starter pack to your business to help you get started. After that, we'll have a little student judging contest, and we'll select 3 businesses that win the Paint the Town Green and Gold Award. And then we're going to offer you some free advertising on campus using some of the athletics video boards to just help your businesses get awareness with some of the folks that come out to attend our athletics events. So we're really excited about it because it bookends 3rd Thursday in downtown Joplin with our homecoming festivities, which is really kind of the legacy moment of our school year, where we just want the whole entire community to be a part of MSSU and the Lion Pride.
That is so cool. And that's something that I've always really appreciated about MSSU is MSSU, it's not just some gaudy campus that's stuck away in the corner of Joplin. Y'all are so involved in the community with things like this, right?
That is so true. The students volunteer so many service hours, and if we tried to go everywhere they are, we would be busy doing just coverage of the community service. I know for Southern Welcome, our student success group is taking first-time students out into the community immediately. So they have a whole morning dedicated to going and volunteering at community businesses this coming August. And so I'm really excited to go out and be a part of that because it's our way of taking first-time students and introducing them to the city of Joplin and all the surrounding areas. So, yeah.
It's Abby Morris with MSSU here on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time 8:17. But not only is MSSU doing stuff with their new Health Science Innovation Center and community involvement with Paint the Town Green and Gold, but also y'all's new Engagement Hub website. What is that? You're on the digital side, too.
Absolutely. So I've spent the last 2 years as a new resident of Joplin really trying to get out in the community and listen to the young professionals and the chambers and all of these people who make Joplin and the surrounding areas so awesome. And they have a desire to be involved in all of the things that MSSU does. And so the hub is our way of trying to take all the fun activities that the community and businesses can be a part of and putting it in one centralized landing page called the Green and Gold Community Engagement Hub. And so as a partner, you can go to that website and see all the ways and clearly understand how to participate in all of those, whether it's just showing up for the Spirit Tunnel, which is a really cool event we have on campus, or registering for the Homecoming Parade or the Green and Gold. Some of the things that we have, Community Day. Alex Gandy with Career Services hosts a Community Day for students. So the hub is just our way of being able to offer those resources very simplified for our partners because we know they're busy for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's really smart because I hear all the time people always say, oh, there's nothing to do around here. There's nowhere to get involved around here. And let the record show Abby is rolling her eyes at that. And I agree. I agree, though, Abby. I roll my eyes, too, because they go, there's so much going on. And to me, the disconnect is people just don't know where to look. People don't know how to find all the things going on. And it sounds like MSSU's new Community Engagement Hub fills that gap, right?
Absolutely. That bridges the gap with MSSU and the community. But yeah, as a new member of this community, I can say that's a lie. If I had more time, I love my work, but if I had a little more free time, I would go to all these wonderful things that Joplin has going on, because there is really a whole lot of fun things to do in our area.
Yeah, there's a ton. So check it out, the new community or the new Engagement Hub website from MSSU, and is that live already?
It is, yeah.
Nice.
So if you go to mssu.edu and just search Engagement Hub, it'll pull up in the search results, and you can click the first link, and it's right there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's Abby Morris with MSSU here on News Talk KZRG. Abby, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about this morning, here on News Talk KZRG, we've been reporting a lot about the broad increase of the trades. Universities are getting more expensive. People are starting to think maybe I'll go more into the trade school, things like that. Has MSSU's enrollment felt that? Is there a great depletion of enrollment because of this, or do you actually think MSSU pairs well with the trades?
We definitely pair well, and this is where our Health and Life Sciences and the Roy Blunt Health Science Innovation Center is sort of birthed from. Innovative medical care is definitely trending, and so our role in that is that occupational tie to the Health and Life Sciences. So we just rolled out a lot of certificates that help some of the health and life science folks. For instance, if you go to our Facebook account, the MRI certificate is the first thing you'll see. It's a new program we have on campus. So really in the health and life sciences, we've seen a stronger desire for students to be a part of that. Dental hygiene is another example. Nursing. A lot of our health and life science programs really cater to that emergence of just occupationally tied education. But really, bachelor's and master's degrees are still giving you value today. We have to recognize that some of the narrative that's out there isn't necessarily true, and do our part to seek the data that shows, yes, if I have a master's degree, over the course of my lifetime, I'm going to make more money. And that is still true today. It's one reason why I'm still very committed to higher education and students feeling that sense of desire to continue their education no matter where they're at in their life. So despite some of the narrative is out there, we seek the most easy access information, but we have to go find the data. And the data tells us that having a bachelor's and having a master's degree can still equate to you earning more money in your life. So, and if anybody has questions about that, come find me, because I can send you straight to the data where the resources are.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's Abby Morris with MSSU here on News Talk KZRG. And in line with that, Abby, if people want to learn more about the new Roy Blunt Health Science Innovation Center or about the Paint the Town Green and Gold initiative or any of the things we've talked about, the data, for instance, where can people go to contact you to learn more about MSSU?
Sure. So mssu.edu is the quickest way to learn more about the Roy Blunt Health Science Innovation Center, or following all of our social media channels, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You know, I'm in marketing, so shameless plug there, but our social channels really do a good job at telling you all about all of the things that are happening at MSSU.
That's fantastic. Abby Morris, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Ted.
We'll talk to you again soon. KZRG News Time, 8:22.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani threatened to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu for war crimes if he were to ever step foot in New York City, but Netanyahu made it clear that he has no plans to cancel his attendance at the UN General Assembly in New York City later this year. Could be interesting.
Number 2.
Oklahoma is one of 5 states being considered for a massive new nuclear energy project. Optimists think that this could bring billions of dollars worth of investments and create thousands of jobs, but pessimists still decrying nuclear energy and the dangers it could bring.
Number 1.
Don't forget, you can get all your election information at KZRG's election headquarters, things like amendment language, sample ballots, who's running for what, and more. Go to news.kzrg.com/elections.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
In your mind, what are the pros and cons of AI? We want to know your thinking on this. What are the pros and cons of AI? Text us at 417-782-1310 or leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Coming up in less than 5 minutes, a look at technology with Kim Commando on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
Here's your KZRG forecast. Staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon. Heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight. Mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms Thursday. Otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Chance for showers and storms Friday. Partly sunny, hot and humid. Mid-90s. Sunny and cooler this weekend. Mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone in the KZRG Storm Center.
I started with Team Dental because I loved the team dynamic. That was what really drew me to come and interview with Dr. Lemus. During the interview process, I'll never forget, he told me our core values: work hard, trust God, be sincere, and help others. And I just fell in love with that. I think it covers a wide variety of, different things that we do for the community. So it's a great team dynamic. I get patients with high anxiety, and that's one of my favorite things when they come in and they are terrified to come and see us, because nobody likes to come to the dentist, let's just be real. But when they complete their treatment and they've earned that trust in you and you see that smile on their face because they feel comfortable, that's amazing. And we see it a lot.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin, where we specialize in dentistry that fits your schedule.
Team Dental of Joplin, the neighborhood practice for your whole family.
Hi, I'm Walter Hayes, a conservative Republican that believes that we need government that works from the bottom up. That means engaging with the people of the district to make sure that your voice is represented well in Jefferson City. As a Constitution coach and ordained minister, I've devoted my time to the conservative principles that make Southwest Missouri great. I'm ready to bring that same commitment to serving you. On August 4th, vote Walter Hayes for State Representative District 162, and let's turn Missouri right side up. Paid for by the Committee to Elect Walter Hayes, Regina Hayes, Treasurer.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Micro, America's top advocate for skilled trades, says that not everyone needs college for a high-paying, satisfying career. I completely agree. The only ones who seem to disagree are the colleges and universities. I'm Kim Commando for Improve Life Joint Support. My new stimulant-free U.S.-made supplement relieves joint discomfort. Get up to 25% off plus free shipping at improvelife.com/Kim. Okay, America badly needs carpenters, electricians, high-voltage linemen, and a host of others, too many to mention, and none require college degrees. It turns out that young people are listening, and many liberal arts schools are not only in financial trouble, they're fighting back. At Arizona State University, my alma mater, you take classes in social media content creation. Oh, brother. I won't say this is a big waste of time and money, but you don't go to college to learn something millions of teens do every single day for free. And get more tech news like this every single morning by getting my free newsletter at getkim.com. You want to get outside, take the hike, keep up with the people you love, move through your day without thinking twice about it. But if your joints are not cooperating, none of that comes easy. Here's the truth. Joint discomfort is not just one problem. It's cartilage wearing down, inflammation building up. Your joints are losing the cushion they need to move freely. Most supplements pick one of those and call it a day. I wanted something better. My son and I worked with a team of experts to create Improve Life Joint Support, and I'm so proud of what we built. 5 clinically studied ingredients that work together on cartilage, inflammation, and joint hydration all at once. No stimulants, no fluff. Made right here in the USA. I take it every day. Now's the time for you to start. Go to improvelife.com/Kim and get up to 25% off plus free shipping. That's improvelife.com/Kim. Keep moving.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Tonight at 8, right after Mark Levin, will break down the news, connect the dots, and give you the real story on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
We have a slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms later today. Partly sunny and hot with a high of 95. Heat index as high as 109 to 110. Then tonight, a better chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy with the overnight low down to 75. For tomorrow, Thursday, a better chance yet of showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon. Partly sunny and hot with a high of 94. Heat index tomorrow as high as 106. That all according to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Coming up, how's that for enunciating, huh, Steve?
Take 3.
Take 3, hit me. There it is. Coming up in less than 2 minutes, a nuclear waste agreement on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
At 8:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
As promised, a nuclear waste agreement.
U.S.-China robot banned.
Fauci Senate hearing.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG, heading for a high of 95. Could feel like as high as 109 to 110, though. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone. Following sports, that'll be at 8:38. Mixture of sun and clouds. It's 79 in Neosho, 82 in Pittsburgh, 81 in Baxter Springs, 81 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk KZRG.
Five states have agreed to accept nuclear waste from around the country in exchange for federal help developing nuclear energy sites.
Tennessee, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Utah, and Idaho will agree to host storage sites for the country's nuclear waste. In exchange for taking on the radioactive spent nuclear fuel, the U.S. government will aid those states in developing nuclear power plants. The announcement comes as President Trump plans to quadruple U.S. nuclear energy production due to increased power demands with the advent of artificial intelligence and the need for so-called data centers. Congress will likely need to approve and fund the initiative. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Some Chinese-made robots and power equipment are now banned in the United States.
The Federal Communications Commission is banning imports of new foreign-made power inverters and humanoid and quadruped dog-like robots. Most of those products are made in China. The FCC says the advanced robots and the remote connectivity of power inverters used in data and energy systems and household appliances pose cyber and national security risks, and that banning imports protects supply chains and encourages manufacturing in the U.S. China's foreign ministry says protectionism does not make the U.S. more competitive, and it will only hurt the interests of U.S. companies and consumers. Many non-Chinese suppliers are expected to be granted waivers, like they have with recent bans on foreign drones and routers. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Dr. Anthony Fauci now facing questions from a Senate committee.
Dr. Roger Marshall, he is a senator from Kansas. He says that Fauci has said contradictory things about how the pandemic started.
He's talking to 12 of the greatest scientists that do gain-of-function research. 10 of the 12 say that this came from a laboratory, not from nature. He didn't tell that to the president. He didn't tell that to the American public. And then it was one lie after another.
President Trump has put out a post on Truth Social indicating that he disagreed a lot with Anthony Fauci. He said he tried to curb a lot of what he tried to do. And the president also said that more people died under President Biden during the pandemic than under him.
Mixture of sun and clouds, 81. Now 8:33, News Talk, KZRG.
3 brothers charged and 1 says he's not guilty.
Some more details released about the 1999 murder of a teenager in Berry County, Missouri. As 49-year-old David Scott says he's innocent in the death of 14-year-old Justin Hocutt. David and his two brothers, Mark and Bobby, allegedly attacked Hocutt after finding him inside their Seligman home with their stepsister. They then allegedly brutally beat him, putting him on nearby railroad tracks, and investigators believe that Hocutt was still alive right before he was hit by a train in what they say was an attempt to cover up the killing. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt is asking federal agencies to review citizenship documents issued to children of foreign diplomats born in the United States. Schmidt says that he would expect the State Department to be fully cooperative.
We're not asking for a change in the law. We're actually asking them to enforce the law. And so if there's no law that requires the diplomat from Belgium or Zimbabwe or wherever is here for a 4-year stay and they have a kid and they move back to Belgium or Zimbabwe, that kid isn't an American citizen.
But Democrats argue the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to people born in the United States. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Mix of sun and clouds, 81, 835, News Talk, KZRG.
An arson investigation in Neosho, where a man admitted to intentionally setting fire to his own apartment. Authorities say Cameron Crowe walked out of the building on Sunday and said, "I started the fire." Everyone there on Kohler Street had gotten out safely, and apparently the fire was started in Crowe's trash can and was contained to his room. Witnesses say Crowe had locked himself in his bedroom, had been drinking earlier that morning, and had claimed he was hearing voices again.
A new docuseries promises unprecedented access into the investigation of the 2022 Idaho murders.
13, I think we have a homicide.
The new 3-part documentary series, The Idaho Murders College Nightmare, definitively chronicles one of the most chilling murder cases honoring the 4 young lives. University of Idaho students Madison Mogan, Kaylee Consalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xanda Kernodle.
She got picked up in a silver sedan. I got a size 13.5 shoe coming and going. There's some dried blood on the sink. I heard her scream.
The series features unprecedented access to police footage, plus archival materials and firsthand accounts from the victims' families, just as their convicted killer, Brian Koberger, is attempting to overturn his guilty plea. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
A new coach coming to Macaulay High School in Joplin. Joe Morgan's got the story.
In local sports, Macaulay Catholic High School has named Joseph Ventura as its new head girls basketball coach. Ventura brings solid local court experience to the program, having played 2 years of basketball at Ozark Christian College before continuing his studies at both OCC and Missouri Southern. Turning to Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals suffered a heartbreaking loss Tuesday night. Minnesota Royce Lewis ripped a 2-run triple with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th to drop Kansas City 3-2. The Royals look to bounce back in Game 2 tonight. First pitch is set for 6:40. Meanwhile, the St. Louis Cardinals were buried early by the Chicago Cubs, falling 10-2 after Chicago jumped out to a 7-run lead in the first 2 innings. The Redbirds will try to salvage the final game of the series tonight at 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's a look at sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of the city of Joplin. From plastic bottles to metal cans, recycling in Joplin is easy. Get rolling. Request your recycling cart today. Recycling benefits us all. Learn more at joplinrecycles.com. Recycle. It's how we roll. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Pojorquez.
Next news at 9 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
Here's your KZRG forecast, staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower or storm in throughout the day. Mid-90s this afternoon, heat index 105 to 110. Chance for late night showers and storms here tonight, mid-70s. Chance for showers and storms Thursday, otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid, mid-90s. Chance for showers and storms Friday, partly sunny, hot and humid, mid-90s. Sunny and cooler this weekend, mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 79 in Neosho, 82 in Pittsburgh, 81 in Carl Junction, 81 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:39.
Roger Koch for State Representative.
Seriously, that is very funny. Philbilly, I'm absolutely going to be using that from now on. That is so funny, dude. That's awesome. Rick, good morning to you. John, hello, good sir. Rick said, figure Fauci has taken a fifth of Jack Daniels, fifth of vodka, fifth of Fireball. At least there'd be some explanation for his bad decisions. Yeah, the explanation would be all the alcohol he consumes. Although I will say, I haven't necessarily known Fauci to be a drinker. That's not really a big thing. I mean, maybe he is. I have not seen a lot of reports. Hillary, on the other hand, Kamala, on the other hand, boy, it's tried and true as the sky is blue. But Fauci, I haven't really heard much about that. Philbilly is very funny though. Bill said Trump is taking the bully pulpit. Trump has taken the bully pulpit to a whole new level. I totally agree with that. Absolutely brave new world. I think American politics is going to have, much like BC AD, it's going to have pre-Trump, post-Trump. I think that is for sure the dealio. Dealio Montrillo. Philbilly. I love that so much. And the reason why I love it is, now I can say this. But everyone says that I am the whitest Mexican they've ever met because I do not behave like a traditional Mexican at all. I am 50%, my dad is 100% Mexican, and my mother is 100% white. She's German. And so technically I'm only 50% Mexican, but everyone always says I'm the whitest Mexican ever. And I correct them, and I say, no, I'm not the whitest Mexican ever. I'm the second whitest Mexican ever. The first whitest Mexican ever is my father. My dad is the whitest Mexican on planet Earth. He's a guy that wears sweater vests, has a little Bluetooth earpiece in to take calls, and cruises around in like a nice SUV. He's a guy that enjoys wine. He's like a wine guy. He likes golf, and he enjoys charcuterie boards. That is a very white Mexican guy. And I say all this because every now and then he likes to go out and, he hates camping. He doesn't like fishing. He's not a big animal guy. He's a very proper individual. But every now and then he likes to go out and go shooting and go do stuff. And I'm going to start calling him a Philbilly. He's a fancy hillbilly in those moments. It's very genius. But I came up with Philbilly myself. It's genius. It's genius, Teresa. I'm telling you, that is a genius thing to have come up with.
Date. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. 8:42 is the current KZRG News Time. Ted Bojorquez.
And Steve Scott. It's going to be sunny today with a few clouds mixed in, so technically I guess they're going to call it partly sunny. High today is only going to be 95, but the heat index is going to make it feel like it was yesterday, anywhere from 105 to 110 today. Then tonight, it's going to be a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low down to 75. Tomorrow, better chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon, partly sunny and hot. High tomorrow should be around 94 with the heat index as high as 106 for tomorrow. The chance of showers and thunderstorms continues through at least Friday. Then we have cooler weather coming on Saturday and Sunday with the high in the upper 80s, which is not bad. That's all according to KZRG meteorologist Ken Boone.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's interesting. That reminds me, you know, the whole like an optimist will say the glass is half full, a pessimist will say the glass is half empty. Is the meteorological equivalent, an optimist will say it's partly sunny and a pessimist will say it's partly cloudy?
Really?
No, I'm asking. I feel like that would be.
You are probably correct.
Right. I'd probably. Steve, I'm the most correct person I know. What are you talking about?
Oh, wow. Is that your arm I see bending towards your back and patting it?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, all right. Speaking of being correct, a little bit of news for you here, and I promise I will have a correct opinion today.
Oh, boy. Do I need to get ready to play the little disclaimer?
No.
Okay,
I'm just kidding. No, jokes aside, some real news here. Iran now voicing criticism and anger towards Ukraine.
No.
This is like,
really?
Oh my God, I saw this. This is like a crossover episode. Do you remember, I mean, this might be too young brow for you here, Steve, but when I was a kid, there was Jimmy Neutron, the TV show, and then there was Fairy Odd Parents, the TV show, and they did a crossover episode where both characters were in the same episode, or like when John Cena was on Scooby-Doo. It's a crossover episode. That we have two wars that the United States government is funding. Actually, let me take that back. We have two wars that you, the taxpayer, are funding that are in completely different parts of the planet Earth, and we're now seeing them in one news story interacting with each other. This is a crossover episode.
We're funding two not wars.
Well, not wars, you're right. So I found this hilarious. But yeah, Iran now mad at Ukraine. And the reason why Iran is now mad at Ukraine is because Ukraine had shot down some of their boats. And the reason, according to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the reason they shot down one of their boats is because Ukraine suspected Iran of sending military cargo shipments to Russia to be used on the battlefield against Ukraine. That was their justification for it. Then Iran came out and said those were civilian boats. You killed a bunch of civilians, which a couple of things here. Number one, he said, she said at the end of the day. There's not much you can do about that.
No.
Number two.
Go ahead.
No, what's up?
Well, go ahead and I'll bring up my point in a second.
All right, number two, it's nice to see that suddenly Iran cares about the well-being of their citizens. This is a regime that admitted to executing more than 3,000 legitimately peaceful protesters that were their people, their citizens, that had the gall to voice criticism of their government. And Iran went out and executed them. And now suddenly Iran's like, but the civilians on the boat. Oh, my God.
No.
What about the civilians?
You said it was 3,000. I heard it was 30,000.
Well, so Iran claims it was 3. Their official government announced we only killed 3,000. The UN puts the number at significantly higher.
But I have a question to ask you. This point just came to my mind because in the not war that we're fighting with Iran, supposedly we have decimated their capability of building weapons.
I don't know.
If we've decimated their ability to build weapons, why are they sending some of their weapons to Russia?
I mean, great questions. Steve's asking a lot of great questions.
I'm surprised you didn't tell me to Google it.
Who's the one bombing our bases? If Iran has no military, who's the one doing it?
I know.
Great question. A lot of good questions to be asked. However,
maybe we should fly some drones and see what's flying over towards us.
And that, it's funny you bring up the drones because that's exactly what Ukraine is accusing Iran of sending Russia, or drones. Specifically, drones, and also other armaments, guns, bullets, things like that.
But I thought they didn't have any.
Listen, man, you're asking great questions that we're not allowed to ask. I'm sorry, you can't ask it, not allowed.
All right, I'm going to zip my lip.
Zip your lip. Go ahead and throw away the key, good sir. But, all right, let's take a listen to what Iran's... Let's take a listen to what Iran's spokesperson said on... or rather in a written statement. They said, quote, fundamentally, the behavior of the Ukrainian president is reminiscent of the anarchists on the eve of World War I. Those theatrical and highly dangerous actions triggered consequences that engulfed all of Europe. You must be certain that a theatrical stunt intended to attract attention and project a level of international influence that one does not actually possess will not remain contained, end quote. Okay, couple of things here. Number one, again, why Iran is like, oh no, Europe. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. That's number one. Number two, okay, Like them being like, this is an international stunt. You know what? Honestly, it might be. They might be right about that. And here's my theory on this. One of two things is true in my mind. Number one, Ukraine had legitimate intel to suggest that Iran actually was shipping drones and whatnot to Russia to use against them. No, or number two, Ukraine is trying to cozy up to the Trump administration because the Trump administration is not Joe Biden and didn't just open up the faucet and let the money flow in.
Right.
President Trump has actually been diligent in making sure that money goes where it should be, specifically the idea that, hey, why are we funding your war? We're not involved. What the heck, man? So is it possible that Volodymyr Zelensky is like, hey, let's just blow up a few Iranian ships? That helps Trump out, makes Trump look a little good. That might curry favor with the president. So that way in 6 months when we ask for more missiles, we might actually get them. That's actually not a crazy theory. But here's the thing. I don't know why that's like a bombshell. Like Iran said that as if, here's an accusation. Ukraine is doing this to curry international favor. It's like, okay, that's not the checkmate you think it is. That's actually not a bad theory. And if it's true, let's pretend that's true. That's smart. That's smart of Ukraine. That's not like Iran said that like it's some sort of criticism of Ukraine. That's kind of a 7D chess move in my mind.
That's true.
And the reason why I think that it can only be those two theories is because we're getting reports that Ukraine isn't necessarily swimming in armaments. They're not necessarily swimming in bombs right now. They're begging the United States and the UN and the EU for more munitions to fight against Russia. So I don't think they would casually just launch a few missiles that they don't have to spare at a few random civilian boats.
That's true.
That doesn't make sense to me. You can argue the pros and cons and the merits of Zelensky's military and their battle strategy, but it's so illogical to say that they used several missiles that they don't have to spare to blow up civilian boats for the heck of it. For what? Target practice? That doesn't, like, you can't square that hole in my mind.
Maybe they were testing new weapons to see if they were accurate.
Yeah, maybe.
And they made the Iranian weapons start swimming.
Right. So, again, one of two things. Either they really did have legit intel to suggest that Iran is helping arm Russia, or maybe it is an international favor currying endeavor to try and cozy up with Trump a little bit. Either way, not terrible plays in my mind. And again, I do want to double highlight Iran's sudden concern about their civilians getting killed is very silly and ironic to me, but whatever. And I know I said ironic and not ironic and not moronic. I put those two words together, Steve. It's both ironic and moronic. It's ironic, which is a brand new word I just coined right here on the KZRG Morning News Watch.
Sure Alanis Morissette didn't do a song about it?
She did a song about ironic, not ironic. Totally different concept.
Okay, all right.
And the song I do about ironic, while it will sound suspiciously similar to hers, will definitely be completely different.
Well, you ought to know.
KZRG News Time 8:50.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
New York Mayor Zoran Mondani threatened to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu for war crimes if he ever comes to New York. But Netanyahu made it clear that he has no plans to cancel his attendance to the United Nations General Assembly in New York later this year. Should be interesting.
Number 2.
Oklahoma is one of 5 states being considered for a massive new nuclear energy project. Optimists think that this could bring billions of dollars worth of investments and thousands of jobs, while pessimists still decry nuclear energy, calling it a danger.
Number 1.
Don't forget, you can get all your election information on KZRG's election headquarters. Things like amendment language, sample ballots, who's running for what, and more. Go to newstalkkzrg.com/election.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
What do you think the pros and cons of AI are? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page. Text us at 417-782-1310. Leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Or at around 3 in the morning, go into your bathroom, turn all the lights off, look in the mirror, and say the phrase, Steve Scott, Steve Scott, Steve Scott. And then poof, Steve Scott will appear, and you can let him know your thoughts right then and there.
What time did you say?
3 a.m. in the bathroom, lights off, looking at the mirror, Steve
Well, that's
Scott.
what I do every morning at 3 a.m.
And that's how you summon a one Mr. Steve Scott. What are your thoughts on the pros and cons of AI? Coming up, Chris Plant will be joining us in less than 10 minutes on News Talk KZRG.
Here's your KZRG forecast. Staying hot and humid here as we head through mid to late week. Cooler and less humid air in for the weekend. Partly sunny skies here today. We'll keep.
Good morning. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate it. We will talk to you
Manana
tomorrow.